Hello, everyone, and welcome to Random Number Generation, the GDQ Hotfix show about randomizers and the runners behind them. This is episode 110, the Super Mario RPG Remake Low Level with Kuiper Don't Care and Spike Vegeta. Before we get started, we have a few announcements on behalf of Games Done Quick. We have Back to Black 2025, the upgrade to UBAF will be live February 6th through 9th. Here on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel, benefiting Race Forward. Catch the action and support an incredible cause. Type !BTB in chat to see the event schedule. And if you want to find out more about the all-black speedrunning community, type !BAF. If you'd like to support GDQ Hotfix, check out the 2024 Season 4 shirt at theyeti.com/AGDQ. Join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for more info. And if you've missed out on any of our shows or events, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And with that being said, Spike, Kuiper, long time no see. How are y'all doing?
Morning.
I missed you guys, but I haven't seen you in a long time.
The three of us have not seen each other in like years.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to commentate anything together.
No.
Play a video game together in years.
No.
But you know what? Let's make up for some lost time. Tropical Freeze at AGDQ 2025 on January, a few days ago, whatever it was. Feels like so long ago. So let's switch it up. Let's play a different Nintendo. Switch it up, Nintendo Switch.
Switch it up.
Switch 2 confirmed. I don't know. Why is that turning into the new Half-Life 3?
Yeah.
They have to announce this thing. Just do it now. Do it during the show. I'll stop. Read about it. Yeah, great.
So, before we get started, yes, this is not the traditional randomizers that we typically feature on this show. So, Low Level, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, was originally developed on the original SMRPG by I Eat Your Pie. At least that's where I first individually saw it. And this is going to be try to complete the game on as low of a level as possible, as it indicates. And we do this by losing the mini game. You know, you've seen the meme, want to double your coins. I'm sure we're going to see this in chat throughout, especially if Spike and Kuiper are a bit unfortunate. And hence, Random Number Generation is also about randomizer adjacent things. And can it get more random than low level?
No.
I don't think so.
Nothing embodies what this show is about more than this category.
Yeah.
More than doing a fight perfectly, getting up to it, be like, all right, that was great. Perfect execution. I saved a bunch of items. Let's see if the minigame will let me through. Nope.
Yeah.
Reset, do it again.
We'll get to the nope here in a little bit. So Sky is correct. This is a speedrun. This is, in fact, a speedrun of the SMRPG remake for the Nintendo Switch. We are going to be playing Low Level, and you're probably noticing that Spike and I are hovering over the save files. So to kind of explain very briefly what this is going to be is this category is heavily reliant on RNG. We're going to have plenty of time to talk about it during the course of this episode and then the second episode as well. But what Spike and I have each done separately is we have progressed up to the point in the game where the gimmick of the run actually begins, which is where we are going to have to initiate a lucky minigame during every single boss fight, and then we have to intentionally lose it. But where the RNG comes in is we cannot control whether or not we lose the minigame. For the most part, we are going to have like a 1 in 4 chance of losing the minigame. And again, we can explain it again as we get into this. But basically, up to this point in the run, all we've really done is kind of, done what I kind of consider to be almost like a botched, weird type of any percent speed run where we've been minimizing our encounters, we've been optimizing a lot of our movement, we've farmed a couple items, which will come in handy immediately after our second boss. You'll see what we do there. And really, the only thing that you guys have missed is what is kind of the skill portion of the run. We are now at the top of Booster Tower, and we are going to be starting off this first episode right into the thick of what Low Level is, which is you're hoping that you get double experience. You're hoping you don't see double coins. If you see double coins, me and Spike are probably going to go, nope. I encourage everybody else to just say nope in the chat room because it's really fun. GDQ is known for their memes. Well, let's run this one into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, and the goal is to beat the game. We have over 20 bosses that we are going to have to get through on this episode and the next episode. Some of them have varying odds as to how easy it's going to be to get through the minigame. And Spike and I do this like once a month, right? Like him and I have been consistently doing races of this, some of them with other friends, for the last couple months, actually. Not to toot my own horn, but I am the world record holder of this category. I'm a multi-time world record holder of this category. I recently set the world record for the first ever sub 6 hour time. This is also why this is going to take 2 episodes, because only one person has ever done this in less than 6 hours, and you're looking at them.
Yep.
So the hope is that it doesn't take us that long. But yeah, Spike, we can actually just jump right in.
Yeah.
And if you kind of want to explain how the minigame works, but we can actually start on a countdown, and then Spike can kind of explain how it all works.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the sucker started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, again, we already had a save file up here. This is because this is right before where that gimmick of the run starts. Oh, am I? Hello?
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. What are you doing over there?
Oh, am I on like a different? Oh, okay. I think we're good. Okay. Oh no, go back. It's fine. This is the thing. I gotta do a menu right here real quick. So yeah, this is actually one of the first like bigger menus of the run. We swapped to Gino, swapped to Bowser, and we need to give the booster's charm over to Gino with the zoom shoes and the work pants on Bowser. And hopefully that's enough time to get an auto save right here. It is not quite. We're gonna do it again. We wanna get these auto saves so we never have to do it again, assuming, in an ideal world, you get each of these fights first try, but it's not up to you necessarily. So yeah, going into this fight again is the first one where we have to force a mini game that will give you the option randomly whether you want to potentially either double your coins or your EXP. We need to get EXP and then lose said EXP in order to not get any experience for a fight so that we stay at the lowest level possible. Oh, I got a freebie on the rock candy, so it's already over.
I got a freebie on the firebomb.
Oh, I got a freebie on both. Dude, it's giga over. So yeah, we immediately start with Terrorize. That status effect, the fear status effect,
I'm going team left.
halves their defense and their attack.
You're going to get to see the minigame here on my end right now. And nope, we got coins. All right.
Let's go, baby. Great start.
All right, so you just saw what the gimmick of this run is. So basically, we have a 50-50 chance every fight to either be asked if we want to double our coins or double our experience. We cannot accept coins, and the reason we can't accept coins is because that will mean we get experience, and this is supposed to be low level. We cannot obtain any more experience beyond what we have already obtained. And then after we get experience, those 3 Yoshi eggs that pop up, and again, Spike and I have I came up with the idea of, because I'm on the left side of the screen that you're looking at, I'm going to be team left the entire day. If Spike wants to be team right, he can.
Son of a bucket, dude.
Also,
we're going to do
myth on
something
that guy.
fun here, by the way, y'all.
Oh, we are?
So, chat, you are going to have the power to choose team left, middle, or right for Spike and Kuiper. Remember that subs do benefit Hotfix. Subs do benefit Hotfix. So, whatever the last sub of what somebody contributed is, you pick left, middle, or right, and that is what Spike and or Kuiper will have to choose.
Oh,
so,
I'm down for this. I'm down for this.
I'm down.
Yeah. It does have Hotfix. It is for Hotfix.
100%, yeah.
Definitely does. But yeah, so once we get experience, those 3 eggs will pop up. And what you'll notice is that Yoshi is in the middle egg all the time. One of the differences in the remake versus the original SNES game is that the pattern in the SNES version is completely random. You can't follow anything. You can't, predict where anything is going to be. It's just complete randomness where everything pops up. For the remake, what they did is not only did they always have Yoshi start in the middle, but you can actually follow it and it will be accurate. Now, because we don't want, I messed up, because we don't want experience, Yoshi doesn't do anything for us. We don't want to find Yoshi. What we want to find is the little black fuzzy looking guy. And in order to do that, we have to randomly pick between the egg that starts on the left and the egg that starts on the right. One of them is going to be the black fuzzy. And normally when I do this or when Spike does this, our communities, which are very, very gracious and very, helpful. I got XP.
We are going team middle to start, and since this is the first sub,
okay,
team middle via Jax.
Okay. So we are going to go team middle. So what that means is I'm going to follow Yoshi wherever he lands, and as long as he doesn't land in the middle, which is where he starts, that is the egg I will pick. And we'll see if we get out. I think this is like my third try. So here we go. Here's the egg. Here are the eggs. You can follow Yoshi. Yoshi is going to land not in the middle, so we're going to hit, and we're out. Let's go. Okay.
Hey,
let's go.
Good pick,
Our
Jax.
first time actually playing the mini game. Let's go.
Good pick, Jax.
So there you go. That is welcome to the next 6 hours of Spike and I's lives.
Yep.
We have to do that.
Hopefully only 6 hours, Max.
Hopefully only 6 hours. We only have to do that a couple times. Maybe like over 20. Right now, I'm going up Booster Hill. Here, we're just going to be trying to get as many like flower tabs as possible to increase our FP. Really, not much is going to be going on my screen for the next couple minutes, and then I'm going to be heading into what is by far the worst boss in the run, as far as like not odds particularly, but just what we have to do in the fight and what we kind of have to overcome. So in the meantime, everyone, if you just want to cheer Spike on and hope that Team Mid gets him out.
No, team left now. We have
we switched to left. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be for both players just to keep it easier.
Sure.
Oh, want to double your coins. No, we can't.
So to note, again, like, it's 1 in 4 odds because effectively you're trying to lose 2 coin flips in a row. And so far, I've started with a 1 in 8. I've seen the coins offered to me 3 times in a row. That's straight up a 50-50 chance if you say that or not. So I haven't even won the first coin flip to even see the mini game. And then once you get that, then you need to incorrectly, play that next mini game. Again, we need to see the fuzzy, which gives you 0 in whichever category it's in.
Also,
we're already going to our fourth shot right here.
I have a question I'm sure at least one person in chat has. What is the difference between low level in the original and low level here in the remake? Does it change at all?
So much. There's basically two completely different categories. So the first thing that is different and the major thing that is different in the SNES version of this run is that Yoshi, as I mentioned before, does not always start. Well, Yoshi technically always starts in the middle, but the pattern is not followable. You have no idea where anything is going to land. So all of the odds are worse in the SNES version. So all of the 1 in 4s that we're having to deal with are actually 1 in 6s on SNES. There are also a couple of 1 in 3s, and then there is one particularly notorious fight that we may probably not be getting to today. That is a 1 in 18 to get through.
Nope.
Got spiked. But among that,
we're starting with a 1 in 16. All right, very good, very good.
Among that, other various things, there are just new mechanics in this game that don't exist in the SNES one. We don't have like chain bonuses. We don't have party buffs or party moves. We don't have the ability to swap our party members. And I'm actually going to get to see me do that here in this fight against Bunt. This is a strat that was developed during the routing process of this game called Revolving Door. This is sort of like the little mini version of it. But the runs are effectively completely unique, despite them.
Yeah, in general, I would say if anyone's ever known of this challenge, our good friend I Ate Your Pie actually had world record in the original for like many years. I feel like almost a decade, honestly. very infamously like brutal, not just speedrun, but also challenge run of sorts, how it is possible to even get through all of this at level 3. The remake is a far more accessible version of that. All the little various quality of life things, all the speed ups. Yeah, it's very good.
Also, anybody that's wondering why you may have lost me temporarily, my capture card's dying. And sometimes it just likes to disconnect and reconnect the OBS. So Spike and Sky can obviously still hear me.
Yes.
So
no, we can't.
It'll come back. Don't you worry. I'll be back. There I am.
There you are.
We're back.
There you are.
Again, it's my capture card. My capture card's dying, and it causes OBS disconnects. So, but yeah, while Spike is still fighting Knife Guy, Great Guy, I am fighting Bunt. So, Bunt is the wall in the early game. This is already our second gimmicked fight, and Bunt is actually only a 1 and 2. Bunt does not give you coins. Bunt only gives you XP. So you would think like, oh wow, that's pretty nice, right? You only have to lose 1 coin flip instead of 2. Here's the problem. This big cutscene you're watching me do, there's another cutscene that happens at the end of the fight. Not to mention, it's a 3-phase fight that is incredibly difficult and incredibly long. Every single time you don't successfully get out of the Bunt fight, you lose 7 minutes.
Yep.
So every single time I fail this fight, I will have to retry it and sit here for 7 more minutes to do it over again. It sucks. It's kind of bad. Spike's been stuck here before. I've been stuck here. I've been stuck here before. Everyone's been stuck here before.
This is like a tried and true tradition of getting into Super Mario RPG low level, where you get up to the cake and then you spend like 2 hours on the cake. Now, because it's only a 1 and 2 instead of a 1 and 3, the odds of that happening shouldn't be as high, but it can still happen. Okay, let's use Jewel now. I'm also getting bad RNG even within the fight. Yeah, Gray Guy is deciding to spam just putting everybody to sleep the whole time. Yeah, I've got 2 idiots asleep at this point. Didn't actually get feared or anything. That should wake up Bowser. He's my biggest damage dealer. Now we're gonna skip that, jump again.
So to give you all an idea, IronPie, the creator of this low-level run, is the same person who invented Kaizo Ironmon and Super Kaizo Ironmon. So to give you an idea of who the creator of this is, that's what we have to contend.
He's not the creator of this. He's not just because, he ran this. He had record.
Right, he had the world record. That's right. No, come on, game.
Man,
1 and 64 to start off.
Spike is getting. So for those of you that are wondering, man, like this seems really weird that this is happening to Spike. It's not weird that it's happening to Spike because this happens to Spike a lot.
Knife Guy, Great Guy is on our. I have a history of them. So in the original, the Super Nintendo version, where it would be a 1 and 6 here, I have had on 3 different occasions. I don't do this race a ton on the Super Nintendo. I maybe only did it like 7 times on the Super Nintendo version. 3 different times, I got into the 30s of attempts. And if you break down the odds of not rolling, like if you roll a normal, nope, starting that one over. Knife Guy, a 1 and 6, like if you roll a die and your odds of not rolling a 1 or a 6 or whatever, getting into like the 30s, the 35s, near 40, that's like miserably awful odds. And I've seen that. I'm
still gonna blame Pie.
Oh, yeah, I'm down for blame. I'm down for.
Yeah, we can still blame him. So who did invent this then? Just so I know then going forward.
I feel like it was just kind of a community thing that people kind of. They were like, I wonder if like this is doable. And Pie and a bunch of other people kind of routed it out. Crescendo was the original person that put a route together.
All right.
It was kind of a big community effort type of deal.
All right.
Yeah,
and then obviously
it was like not as old as, obviously the classic any %, but this was This was a challenge that was made up in like the 2000s. Like people wondered for a long time because this is like you're right now watching like haha funny, goofy, meme category. This is I think actually an extremely cool challenge run for how it's even possible to get to the end of the game with all like utilizing basically every single mechanic that you can go around the map and put together. Take a block. Problem is like with Echo Finder, aim block. Yeah, you go ahead. You explain.
I got my first crack at the bunt fight. So we are going, I believe it was team left, correct?
Yes,
okay,
left.
We're going team left. But yeah, so when the remake came out, Pi and Al and M took it upon themselves to come up with a route. Just a very basic kind of, we didn't have a very good understanding of the mechanics in the game. We weren't quite sure how far we could stretch certain things. And they kind of came up with a very bare bones type of route. And then I took it and over many drafts and many different variations have made changes and optimizations to it. There's also like multiple versions of the route. It was a tie, by the way. I got to do the bunt fight over. There's also, I have come up with different routes that you can go through the game of varying difficulty. If you are super familiar with the game, if you're not super familiar with the game, I even came up with a route if you want to play on the breezy difficulty, which is a new thing in this game that does not exist in the SNES version. There are no difficulty options at all on the SNES game. But in this one, they introduced a breezy option, which allows for other things. Your inventory space is bigger. You deal more damage and take less. Enemies have less health. And I even put together a breezy route for people that didn't want to maybe jump in and do the most difficult version. And as Spike alluded to, this is definitely a speedrun that it's way more, as Spike is proving, it is way more of a test of your patience and maybe a little bit of your sanity. How long you're willing to kind of sit here and mash your way through or slam your head against this run. So
to know because we are able, because we're able to read the chat as well. So don't say anything mean or I'll ban you or something. I don't know. I don't have mod powers here. I can't do that. But no, if you ever see us, like, if it says, oh, you should go team left, but we go one of the other teams, it's because we know that's where Yoshi is. And obviously, like, we're still trying to fail it. So if we're able to read where that is, then we go to a second option of some sort.
Yeah, Adam. Basically, we don't have any control over whether or not we lose the minigame or not. We are picking blindly. We are just hoping that the egg that we pick at the end of the minigame has the little black fuzzy in it, because if it does, we go, hooray! And if it's the bird, we say tweet, and then we say a swear word, and then we say tweet again. Yep.
Maybe I'm GDQ. It'd be great.
Yeah, which I'm not going to say what word we say, but it's a poo poo pee pee word that we say. Nope.
So to note, I've started off with a 1 in 256 with
Spike,
2 other attempts I killed off because Knife Guy did not get terrorized. The fight is literally not worth continuing. And to note, them getting terrorized, each of them individually, is a 90% odd.
Ouch.
So I've also hit 2 10% within that 1 256. So but that's low level, baby.
Spike, I'm gonna make an executive decision. You can tell me no if you want. Okay? You can tell me no. You can tell me no. We're both playing. We're both playing at the same time. Everyone's getting a good idea, like, oh, this is what the bunt fight looks like, right?
Yeah.
If I get to the next part of the run and I explain everything and you're still not out, I think it's okay if you load it up and we start from there.
I'll leave that up to Sky. Does she still have the scythe from Mercy Kill? I think we can leave it up to there. I'm chill. This is the low level experience.
Okay.
Also, oh yeah.
So wait, say that again, Spike. I want to make sure I heard that.
I'm not sure if you still had your scythe or not. We were going to leave it up to you if in an hour from now, if I'm still on this fight and Piper's on the next section, like, let's just load up the other save we have and jump to that. Dude, then the low-level gods will come out even more spiteful. EXP, we've seen it. All right,
come on.
I'm still on left, right?
We're on left.
That was so long ago. I have to go mid.
Nope. Nope. Tweet.
It was right.
Poo poo pee pee.
Tweet. Poo poo pee pee. Tweet.
I kind of like
tweet.
I like
poo poo pee pee.
I like tweet poo poo pee pee tweet.
Yeah.
It's even funnier than what we normally say.
Dude, because all birds, here's the truth. Birds don't have any control over their bowel movements, man. They're just flying and then they just going, dude. It's rough.
Nice.
I had a friend back in college who went outside to do vocal warm-ups. I won't tell the rest of that story, but you could probably fill in the
Oh no.
everything from
Wait.
there.
Are you serious, Spike? Like that's what happened?
No, it was hilarious. He was a good dude, but you couldn't help but laugh. It was great.
Ah, that sucks.
Yeah, we've all been there. I've actually never been there. That would be awful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have we been there? Really?
God, I hope. Type 1 in chat. Don't type 1 in chat. I don't know. What's everybody's favorite?
Cheese.
Everybody's favorite RPG. Let's sound off in chat. What's your favorite RPG?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I like FF12. I feel like there needs to be more people speedrunning it.
Dude, I never played that one, so I have no.
What?
I have no follow-up on that.
FF12 is so good.
There's so many Final Fantasies out there. It's like you haven't played this one, boo. I played like 9 of them over the last few years, trying to catch up.
You'll play more during SNES Mania.
Oh yeah, I actually already played all the Final Fantasies that are US released on the Super Nintendo. The only one I haven't gotten to in actual SNES Mania is FF3/6. And I played that one, the Pixel Remaster. It's pretty good. Oh, 2 in a row. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hey, it's rotating. Oh, we're going team left. We're out of Knife Guy.
Let's go.
That is
All
true.
right.
See, gamers, you just got to keep believing. Nice 20-minute Nice Guy, great guy start.
Yeah.
All right. So now we go to Booster Hill. This is where, in this cute little minigame, you already saw Kuiper do it, where you can play a minigame to try to get as many flowers as possible. This actually, you don't have to do amazingly here, but the more you get, that's kind of the more that's just going to help your jump farm that we're going to do hopefully shortly after this for Kuiper. Let's look over at Kuiper's side and see what happens after they eat the cake.
We're team left. Oh, we're out. Second try. Okay. Hang on. That was unironically, that was the scariest part of this entire showcase.
Yep.
Was just being stuck on bunt forever. So yeah, while Spike is doing everything you just saw me do, I will take a minute to explain what normally comes next during this speedrun and why we're skipping it. Because, y'all, we're skipping it. So normally at this point, what would happen is in the story, we're supposed to progress over to the sunken ship area. Unfortunately, because the point of this speedrun is that we are level 3 with Mario and we must stay level 3 with Mario, we simply just don't deal enough damage in order to beat some of the bosses that we're going to have to ultimately end up defeating over the course of the playthrough. So what needs to happen is we need to abuse a mechanic in the run that honestly, depending upon how you played through the game, there's a chance you never figured this out.
Yeah, this is very hidden knowledge.
Yeah, this is very kind of like you learn it in like a Nintendo Power strategy guide back in the day. So the base ability that Mario starts with, which is known as Jump, which you've seen me doing a variety of times. Am I still good? Did I sell everything? Did I sell everything? Yeah. I'm only going to buy like one maple syrup. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, for the purpose of this.
Yeah, the base ability that Mario has, which is Jump, which you've seen me using a variety of times, you start the game with that ability. And there is a very hidden mechanic. It only exists for Jump. No other move works this way. Every 2 times you use Jump, the base damage value of it goes up by 1. to a maximum of 250 jumps. So, because we don't have the ability to deal enough damage, and we're not going to be leveling up, and we're not going to be learning any more moves, abilities, whatever you want to call them, spells, I guess, we are actually going to take 20 minutes. This is an actual thing you have to do in the speedrun, and we are going to farm our jump ability. And the way you would normally do that is there is an area in, again, the part of the game that we skipped to get right up to Knife Guy, Great Guy. There's an area known as Booster Pass, and there are a series of enemies which are like little red spiky enemies. They are immune to jump. They will take 0 damage. However, the tick of the jump counter still counts, even though you don't do damage. So normally what you would do here is we would take a whole bunch of FP refreshment items. We have a couple flower boxes, flower jars, things like that. And like I said, for about 20 minutes, we just jump on a Spiny over and over and over again until we get to about 210. It's actually, that is the amount you want to get to. I have done the math. I am a little bit of a, you know, I want to say it. Yeah, nerd. But like, yeah. I have calculated the amount that you would need in order to hit damage floors. We need to jump 210 times total up to that point in the game. So normally what we would do here, again, go to Booster Pass, jump on a Spiny, but we don't want to make you sit through that entire thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show what it looks like. I'm going to show you how it works, and then we're going to skip it. We're just going to load up another save file, and we're going to be right after the jump farm, and then the game is going to progress as normal. We will not be skipping anything else. This is low level in its totality, in its full glory. You're going to see all of it. You're going to see us fight bosses. You're going to see us rip shrooms. The other thing that, you know, that I will say, probably given permission.
Yeah.
Hopefully, all the way up
it's
to
classic. She'll be good.
You mean Gumshoe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna get our inner Gumshoe going.
Inner
But we gotta
Gumshoe.
get a few fights further into the run.
Yep.
We should see it multiple times tonight. They're gonna get stinky.
It's gonna get stinky.
Kuiper, we've had several questions from the chat. They want to know why your camera has a red light on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I see.
I have no idea.
Oh, thank God, I at least got the peach kiss. Let's freaking go,
I'm stuck in a virtual boy, okay?
dude.
If you want to know why
Piper.
if you want to know why my camera's red, there's a really cool website you can go to, which is twitch.tv/PiperDon'tCare/subscribe.
Yeah, that's a great website.
And it will tell you. It's just like Nintendo Power. The answer will be right there. That is why.
Rough estimate of how far they plan to get, just as far as they can get. They're not going to finish.
No, God, no.
No.
We are going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are going for 3 hours.
That's why this is the
I did
first
wear my
ever
shirt, though.
two-part episode of Random Number Generation, though, because, you know, it's right after AGDQ. We figured, you know, leaving y'all on a cliffhanger might be fun, especially one like this. And plus, y'all want to hang out with us. We know you did for the Tropical Freeze run, so why not more Kuiper and more Spike?
Very good time.
Yeah.
So normally what you would do here is you would jump across. I'm going to show off a cool little thing you could do. So normally you would like attack this Spiny. You would jump on this guy. You'll see I won't do any damage here. So normally you would farm some jumps here, ultimately to run away. You would then skip this little snippet guy by going whoop, like that, jumping right over his head. You would do the same thing here. You would then go all the way to the end. You would grab these items. And again, all of this is routed out. You won't be using all of these items in quick succession like I'm about to. You would use up all of these FP items. And then basically I'll do one round of it while Spike is fighting Buns. This is what the jump farm is. This is what you do. You sit here, you jump on the guy, you defend with Bowser, he shoots you in the face. You defend with Geno, you jump with Mario, you defend with Bowser, you do that until you're out of FP. You do it for about 20 minutes. Spike, how's your bun fight going?
We're just about to enter phase 2. And if you're watching my side of the screen or you're paying attention to Kuiper's side of the screen earlier, there's a lot of weird stuff we're doing. This is a strategy called the revolving door, where we're swapping in characters to basically abuse a speed stat manipulation. to basically give ourselves like extra turns for whatever reason. Anybody who played Bunt casually, this is unironically one of the hardest bosses in the whole game. Because he loves to spam stuff like that. Sandstorm, Blizzard, Mallow's probably dead right here. But, oh no, Mallow's still holding on like a baller shot caller. What you're trying to do is just get enough successive attacks in order to, boop, yeah, swap to Gino, to put out all the candles. The actual amount of damage I'm doing doesn't really matter. And you might have noticed right there that Gino was able to get 2 attacks in a row. That's the kind of stuff we're shooting for. So we can basically 2-cycle that second phase. He's being a little bit mean, spamming those sandstorms. Thankfully, with Bowser having the Fearless pin on, I should be able to still keep up really good damage here. It's probably just gonna take 1 extra turn though. Block. Probably close. Yeah, one more. This will do it. Yeah. And much earlier in the fight, Mallow was able to throw the Lucky Jewel. So yeah, now we'll get, again, this one is one of the few 1 and 2s, not a 1 and 4, because this fight doesn't give you coins. Therefore, it doesn't even give you the option to potentially double that. So it's just going to be EXP. So again, if I fail this with my coin flip, then I have to do this again just like Kuiper did, and it will lose us 7 entire minutes. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. As you can see, there's a bunch of cutscenes. There was the mini game beforehand. This is a 3-phase fight. And we'll try to explain the revolving door, mechanic abuse.
Yeah.
If we have to see this a second time, hopefully we don't, and we'll talk about it at the very end of the game on Smithy.
I was actually going to talk about it if you either get out or don't get out, because I'm about to load my save, but I want to see if you get out first before I load it.
Tweet.
All right. So Spike's got to do the fight again. I am going to be loading up my post-jump farm save. So as Spike alluded to, so the way the revolving door strat works, so speed in this game is very interesting. Every single party, I'm actually just going to show it off while I'm in here. So every single party member, if you're looking at my side of the screen, every single one of my party members has a speed stat. It's right in the middle. Speed works in this game the exact same way you would think in a Pokemon game, right? Higher number means you get priority on the attack. However, this game incorporated a mechanic where you can actually swap your party members in and out of a fight, and they don't lose their turn. So in other words, if we have a character, in this case, Spike's Gino in the Bunt fight, Gino is very, very fast, and he's faster than Bunt, which means when the game checks to see who should be going first in like a turn of combat, it says Gino's supposed to go first. But we use Gino's turn to swap in Mallow. Mallow still gets to go. Well, then when the next turn of combat starts, the game checks who's the fastest. Well, now Mallow is slower than Bunt, which means Mallow's going to go after Bunt has done something. However, on Mallow's turn, we're going to swap in Gino, attack him, but then when the next turn starts, Gino's the fastest. Gino gets to attack 2 times in a row. It is a mechanic that, without spoiling anything, because obviously we're going to be getting to the end of the game, hopefully, and fighting Smithy, without that strat being discovered, effectively randomly, no one knew that concept existed. Without that strat, there is a very good chance that the final boss of this game would be unbeatable, given our level cap and our item caps as well. We can only hold a certain amount of items. That strat almost single-handedly saved this category from not being viable. So revolving door, you're going to see it a couple more times over the course of the run, but in Final Smithy, it kicks into like hyperdrive. We are going to be like constantly abusing that revolving door strategy to keep ourselves getting additional turns to hit Smithy a whole bunch. With that being said, I am post-jump farm, so I am actually just going to pick up where we normally would start right after this, which means I'm going to go to the Mario's pad, and I'm going to be picking up some Yoshi candies. So one of the things that you didn't see us do, well, actually, Matt, did I already grab them? I think I already might have grabbed them. Oh yeah, I can just go to Tadpole Pond. So normally what I would do here is we have, there's a section in this game where you can race Yoshis. It's kind of like a mini game. You probably didn't do it when you were a kid. It's in this game too. But we actually use that Yoshi race to acquire not only a lot of very useful items, being like fire bombs and things like that, we also use it to like get money, because otherwise this run is very, very difficult if you don't have enough money to buy all of the items that we're going to be using. So we went over there. Again, this was before, you know, we did the whole Night Guy Great Guy thing. Spike and I both made save states for it. And we raced Yoshi a whole bunch of times, got a whole bunch of cookies. We're going to be using them here in a little bit to get rid of some enemies. But we also got a whole bunch of candies that we then sold to get a lot of money. And you'll see what we're going to use that money for here in a little bit. So I want to say, did I get my... I don't think I got my cookies. So this is Yoster Island here. Again, we did this whole mini game of a number of times off camera. I have to say off camera. Spike did it on camera earlier today. I'm going to grab some of my cookies. I'm holding 20 of them. And then we're going to map warp over to Marymore. That's another thing. I completely glossed over the fact that, yeah, you can map warp in this game, which saves a bajillion years over the SNES version. Because on the SNES, you gotta walk everywhere. They don't let you warp around. They didn't have the warp speed technology in the Mushroom Kingdom at that time. So we're gonna be warping all over the place. So yeah, this is kind of Star Hill's kind of weird. We're gonna get another star piece here. The lore of this game is that Smithy invaded from another planet and sent a big sword down through the sky and shattered the star road that carries wishes, and we're going around. It's a Mario. I don't know why I'm explaining it. It's a Mario story. Bad guy, gotta fight bad guy. He's evil. He's stinky.
Clap the bad guy.
Yeah, clap the bad guy. You know, I don't know why I even bothered explaining it. So, you know.
No, but I loved it. I forgot what it was.
I'm always in the mood for a good old Kuiper Yap session.
Jeez.
And by the way, speaking of Kuiper Yaps, you can catch all of the awesome Kuiper content at twitch.tv/Kuiper Don't Care, no spaces. Kuiper has a lot of awesome stuff going on. Anything from low level here to Kuiper does also Donkey Kong 64 randomizer, DK64randomizer.com, Kevin Seeds in particular. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I might have done a couple of those on this show with Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might have happened. We might have done a Kevin Seed earlier, and Spike beat me.
Dude, my first win in 6 months.
Seriously,
Massive
Spike.
dubs.
Spike. There was a donation that was read during that Tropical Freeze run that mentioned that. Oh man, you guys are racing DK64 Rando. Kuiper must be done already, and I said that is likely the case. But no, Spike bought me today.
The man leaned into the dunking.
Spike even spotted me like 5 minutes because Spike has very cute dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And he went to go take care of his dogs for like 5 minutes. I still couldn't beat him.
It was nuts.
Do you know what I blame?
People's
for that?
champion over here, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a donation comment that came in during the Tropical Freeze run, and it talked about Kuiper being like way ahead of Spike. I seem to have a recollection of this.
Oh, yeah. You might have read one of those.
Yeah.
You also read one with howdy. Which we cannot. We're the whole the Scooby-Doo club over here. We can't figure out the mystery. All right, gamers, second try. Can we do it? Team left, tweet.
No, come on.
And I do mean this. PP, tweet.
Team left started out lucky, but it is getting a little stale now.
Dude, throwing it back in the bin. All right, team left. Dude, if it stayed on mid, we were out 14 minutes ago. That'd have been great.
Oh, was that you, Jax, with the howdy? I just remember that one line.
It had to be someone, dude.
That was from
just
Toy
under
Story.
anonymous.
It was from Toy Story, where like the one person was like, "Hi, I'm Woody. Howdy."
So the reason, so Sky, the reason why we were very, I want everybody to understand, before I tell this story, I want you to understand, I'm not that big of a jerk, okay? I need you all to understand that. The reason why we really wanted to know, we have a very good friend, he is a friend, by the name of Wooden Barrel.
Oh, yeah.
And Wooden Barrel really, really likes giving me a hard time about anything, really. Name it. He'll give me a hard time about it. So one day, I don't know why, Barrel's from Texas. He said something sarcastic and mean to me. I was in a call with Spike, and I just fired off, my name is Barrel. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm from Texas. And that's just what he sounds like now. That's Barrel. When you say howdy, 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 you're talking about Barrel. You're talking about Wooden Barrel.
Uh-huh.
And when that donation came through, me and Spike, we're sitting in the crowd, and we both looked at each other like, oh my God, who was that? Who did that?
How did they know?
How did they know about our stupid joke? But yeah, very funny.
Oh, funny. Oh God.
Ooh. I need to put pants on
Oh my man.
I need to put pants on Mallow.
In the video game. Oh, okay.
Were they not wearing pants this whole time?
Yeah, so there's a weird thing in this game. You equip pants. I don't know. It's weird. Everybody is clear. Everyone except for Bowser is clearly wearing pants. But for some reason, you gotta equip them. I don't know. It's weird.
Mallow got the big boy pants.
Why did I never
was gonna hold a
realize?
lot.
Why did I never realize that Bowser was never wearing pants? Now I'm not going to be able to unsee this.
I don't know. You can never unsee
All
it.
right, the next 3D Mario coming out for the Switch 2. He's going to be coming out with some spankless blue jeans. It'll be great. I got to go chap this. I'm like, oh my God, how could they show that in a children's game? Dog, for 50 years, he hasn't been wearing any pants. What am I doing here? Okay. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
You're going to get
howdy,
it this
howdy.
time. That's what you're doing, Spike.
Oh, baby, lock it in.
All right, I am
Surely
doing.
I won't open with a 1 in 256 into
Just
a 1 in
completed?
8 plus.
Just completed Calamari and nope.
Nope. Want to double your coins?
Wanna double your coins? How many nopes have we had? Is everybody keeping track in the chat? I'd love to know
How
the nope.
terrible our
count.
luck is.
Yeah, I'd love to know the nope count by the end of the episode.
That would be very cute to know.
Yeah. How many,
See,
how many
right
times?
here, we're also trying to finish off Bunt's first phase of health at a very specific time in the turn order.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna, because I've done perfect damage at this point, sandbag a little bit, bring in Gino, then do it. Now this will transition us into phase 2. We'll get to start the turn with our actions, as opposed to ending it on our actions. Then Bunt gets 2 attacks back to back. And again, most of his attacks end up being big spell AoEs. Another not quality life, but a mechanic change at the very least that made the game easier in the Switch version. You can block all solo target spells, but the AoEs still unblockable. Nothing you can really do about them. So let's swap to Mallow. We're gonna put this red essence on Mario because it basically just makes you invincible for 3 turns. And now we'll get in our first 2 actions. I'm gonna untime them just to save frames, basically. And now he's gonna start doing his thing. Pain Spout, ow. Blizzard, ow. Mallow's probably dead.
Team left. Team left.
Let's go.
Team left. All right, we got XP. We're gonna follow that left egg. It's gonna spin around, spin around, spin around. The left egg is on the left. And we are out. That's a second try on King Calamari.
This is potentially very bad.
Yo, let's go.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, Bunt, as you can see, Bunt can just do a lot of really crappy things. And we can't talk about bad Bunt RNG without talking about our good friend Derpy Dragon.
My man.
Folks, I don't know how many of you there are. Maybe you know someone that just seems like they are one of the unluckiest people you've ever met.
Yeah.
My man Derpy has done many low-level runs with us. There was a day where Derpy got, I am not exaggerating, multiple hours of a head start. And he fought Bunt, I want to say, 8 times.
Hey,
My
gamers,
man,
that's so sad.
my man fought that boss for a legitimate hour, and we both passed him. And I felt so bad. It was terrible.
He had to get a head start because, low level, it's a full day thing.
Yes.
And we were like, just start whenever. It doesn't matter. It's a meme, whatever. He started an hour before we did. And in the time he was fighting Bunt, we started an hour later. We caught up and we passed him. And we passed him by a lot. Like, if you think I'm getting dunked on tonight, it pales in comparison to what our boy Derpy went through. All right, attempt number 3. Are we going back another 7 minutes? We have to swap. We're going to stay in the middle. We're out third try.
All right.
Let's go. I can scroll to the next slide.
Honestly, if you just want to load your post jump, you can.
I was like, do we want me to just load the post jump?
No, you can just load the post jump immediately. Just load it.
Yeah, we're going to do that. All right.
Yeah, just load it. You're good.
I feel like if this happens, we're gonna do this for to get rid of the anti-content.
This is a good showcase. We want to make sure it's nice and close.
Okay.
I will say this.
I'm the Joker Mario's pad. Okay.
Spike, listen, Spike is gonna be, doing that like preliminary stuff, and then he's gonna be in the ship. And I can get stuck on the next 2 bosses very, very easily. Johnny is a very quick fight, but Johnny has walled me in the past. And then the next fight after this one is actually Speedruns. He's renamed in the remake. His original name was Eurytovich, and we kind of still call him that because that's just what we were used to. But Speedruns is a rather long fight. It's about 4 minutes, like 4.5 minutes each attempt. And he also, very similarly to Bunt, has a lot of AoE spells that he can just spam, most notably Water Blast. He can effectively just spam Water Blast over and over again and wipe. Literally, not even like we have to fart our way through the fight. He could actually just wipe our entire party. Because again, I want to remind everybody, we are level 3. Every single time you're wondering, like, man, why are they not? We are level 3 as Mario. We are level 3 as Mallow. We have not leveled up a single time as Geno or Peach or Bowser. So the farther and farther we get into the run, the more it's just like we can't be hit by anything. Otherwise, we gonna die. Yeah, the fights are. Shoutouts to everybody, Alan and Pi for everything in the first month, Piper for refining a lot of it. These fights are very specifically routed out turn to turn to make it a possibility. So there's also I know we joked about we've done the skill portion of the run. The whole game, despite all the RNG we're dealing with, is also a skill check of, do you understand the timings for all the blocks? Because if you perfectly time a block, even if it's the biggest, most devastating solo attack of all time, it will reduce the damage to 0. Odds are, if we don't block an attack, we just die. We're going to be eating poop. We're going to be sitting on the ground. It's going to be real bad. So, it's a lot. Anytime you see Spike or I have one of those little blue shields appear around our character when we get attacked, we are actually physically doing that. That is not something that is we have some item on that protects us. You're physically having to time a button press in order to get that effect to go off. And if I'm being honest, that is definitely the element of this run that is the hardest thing when you are entering into the run. Luckily, all of the route documents that I've come up with, the slideshow that I now have that is the most optimal version to play through, even the breezy version, all have links that go directly to a website. Shout out to Pidge. Website that was put together by Pidge and the speedrun community of this game that has every single block timing in the entire game. And you can actually practice them on your computer by using buttons on your keyboard to get used to the visual cues of it. I cannot stress enough that if you are trying this for the first time, that is what you need to do. You need to start with that, because some of these attacks they don't make any sense when you're supposed to block them. Some of them are different from character to character. It is vital that you learn that, because it is tough. I said that as Johnny did the Get Tough thing. If it's not enough that we're trying to lose this mini game on purpose, we also, you just saw there, I blocked that attack from Johnny. I took 29 health. I have 1 HP with Mario. I also jumped on a shark by accident, so I may die here.
That would hurt.
That would hurt. I goofed. I did a goof. No one laugh at me. I'll cry. Don't laugh.
Please God laugh. I need this.
All right, there we go.
All right, so
now
I'm making my way off to the sea to get in the same boat. And I've still got to at least do the King Calamari fight before that.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and buy a sailor dress here.
Oh,
She's got a little bit of added defense. She, for the most part, is not going to be asked to do any. Uh-oh.
I got the bad pattern on Johnny. All right, so.
Oh, God, what am I doing? I was looking over
All
here.
right. So anybody that watched my side of the stream, there is one particular pattern that the eggs can move in. That the eggs sort of phase through one another, and it's almost visually impossible to figure out which egg moved to one side or the other. So, I don't know which egg I was supposed to follow there. I was supposed to follow the left egg. I don't know where it landed. I'm going to pick the left egg. Do we get out? We got out anyway! Okay!
Let's
It didn't matter.
Yo, Kuiper.
I was talking that
Let's
whole time. It
go.
didn't even matter. All right, we got to first try Johnny. So
Just simply get lucky. That is it at the end of the day. You have to get to the
That's
point where like your skill is like taken care of. You know everything you have to do, and then let God take the wheel from there and see what's going to happen. Now, which of these doors was it again?
oh man, you got sat on by the blooper. Yeah, team
And
left.
team-
Tell
Team
you.
left for Kuiper, yeah.
Team left has been pretty good. So, all right. So now we are going to be thrown in almost immediately to the next fight. So we're going to move our equips around a little bit. I don't think I need anything on Mallow. Let me just double check so I don't beef this. Because this fight is hard enough if you know what you're doing. And I have not been keeping track of if I've been moving all of my equips correctly. So we did. So we're going to warp back to Seaside Town. And again, as much as, you know, it looks like I got a really big lead, Spiritovich not only is it a long fight in general, it's about a 4-minute fight. There can be attempts that take much longer than 4 minutes based on the attack RNG that he's going to give me. So you're going to see one of the other new mechanics in the remake that was not in the original, where I'm going to be using a team move, or like I think it's called like a meter move or something. I don't even know what it's called. But basically, depending upon what 3 party members you have active out in like a combat sequence, you can do like a super move that has varying effects. The one we're going to be taking advantage of is a move called Sparasol, and that will give us a protection against any type of hit that would normally do damage to us for 1 turn. It only lasts for 1 turn, and the reason we use it on Spiritovich is because he has a scripted first attack, which is a water blast, which if it hits us, it's going to kill us, and we don't want that. So we want to protect ourselves from that. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to throw this party energizer. That's going to give our party an attack buff. We're going to jump on Mario. You're seeing that massive damage that is doing. That's because of that jump farm we did earlier. So this is the Sparasol animation. It's a killable playlet. Look at the animation play. It's really cute. It took me over a year and a half of speedrunning this game to realize that it's called Sparasol because it's a parasol.
Did you really not?
I did not know. I did not know. It's an umbrella.
That's awesome. I love that.
Parasol.
I'm usually the dummy who doesn't pick up on that stuff.
No. So yeah, the rest of this fight is we cross our fingers and hope for no water blasts. So if you're at home watching, cross your fingers for me. Water blast, we cry. I better see tears in the chat room if we see a water blast.
Water blast is also like, it's a weird AoE spell that's
Ooh.
incredibly powerful,
Well-
and like 9 bosses in the game all have it, including the fire dragon in the volcano. It's like, what if I had water blast?
I also beefed a flamestone block, so Mallow died anyway.
Yo, let's go.
All right, yeah, we're gonna do this. So this is one of the fights that has a lot of backup strats for the reason I stated before, which is he can do a lot of really crappy things. So there are a series of backup strats that you can employ for Spiritovich. Again, I've run this game a variety of times. I effectively know what to do in any given situation. He is probably not go. Okay, he did die. Okay, cool. So it wasn't too bad. We had to use some of our ice bombs, but that's okay. So that is attempt number 1. Oh, are we gonna get double? Are we gonna get double first try? Are we gonna get double first try?
Oh.
Are we gonna get a first try on Spiritovich? It's in the middle. It's a first try on Spiritovich.
What?
Why is this happening in a run that doesn't
He's
count?
about to head off. He's about to go to the clouds.
Why? Why is this happening in a segmented run that doesn't count? Oh my God. All right. Sky, I gotta ask you a question.
What?
Can I say it?
What?
Can I say the word?
Oh, yeah.
Can I say the 3-letter word that begins with A? All right.
With what?
That begins with A?
Yeah.
All right. So, folks, what we're about to do is, this is my favorite part of the speed run. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not kidding. This is my favorite part of the speed run.
It's the best.
Not only did we have to farm Yoshi cookies, not only did we have to farm jumps, we still don't have enough DPS to defeat some of these bosses. Therefore, we are now in Seaside Town. And there is a little guy in Seaside Town known as Mushroom Boy. You're probably wondering, what does Mushroom Boy do? Well, Mushroom Boy really likes mushrooms. He likes them so much, in fact, that he will eat them. If you give them to him, he'll eat them. And he will eat as many. Yeah, he'll eat as many as you can give him. It does not matter. He will sit there forever eating those mushrooms. And
got an appetite.
He got a big appetite. So, some interesting things can happen with Mushroom Boy when you give him a mushroom. One thing that can happen is nothing. He eats it and he says, cool, thank you. Another thing that can happen is he says, wow, that was like I think he calls it like a berry mushroom or something, and he gives you a maple syrup, which is an FP item. There's another thing he can do that says, wowee, that mushroom was delicious. Here's a flower tab to increase your maximum FP, and then there's another thing. And it's the thing we want him to do, and that is, we want him to say, all right, that was a rippin' shroom, and he gives us a rock candy. A rock candy is a consumable item that we can throw in a boss fight, and it will deal massive damage to everything that is on screen. We want those. Yep. We need those. And because we are feeding this man copious amounts of mushrooms, because he says that's a rippin' shroom, and because the rock candies have to be coming from somewhere, not just me, the community as a whole, myself, Spike, everybody that runs this.
Yep.
This
is canon.
This is canon. This segment is called Rippin' Ass. That is what we're about to do. We are about to rip ass for the foreseeable future until we get 3 rock candies. So gamers.
Oh, that's cool.
Gamers, if you go ahead.
We may have to do this up to 7 times
I got one already.
throughout the course of the rest of the run.
Let's go.
And kids, if you're listening, don't use the word anywhere else. It means
don't you use that word anywhere else.
Only when you're ripping shrooms, dude.
That's right. Only Uncle Kuiper and Uncle Spike are allowed to say that word. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. What I said earlier. If you're wondering, what are the odds, per se, Mr. Kuiper? What are the odds of getting a rock candy? Well, I'll answer that question, very kind chatter. 10%. So, it sucks. It's low level. Welcome to low level. Everything kind of sucks.
Yeah, everything is a dice roll at a certain point.
Everything is a dice roll. So we're going to sit here until he gives me another rock candy. So,
let's hear it for Spike, by the way, who got out of King Calamari. I just wanted to point that out real quick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Spike.
That was the greatest RNG of the night so far. That was really
That
cool.
was, actually.
You're going to come back, Spike. I got a feeling, right?
Yeah.
It's not just gas. You got this.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. This, unironically, this is such a long run. We have seen many out of nowhere people will go on runs, snipe each other. There was one, we did one to kind of just celebrate really when this route was fully built. Last year, shortly after the Switch version came out, I forgot what I was supposed to do in the screen. I forgot what screen I was on. I literally never remember. And I was like, man, I'm on really good pace. Oh, don't do this. Uh-oh. Just a second. We're making sure that, okay. We're just gonna, we're gonna go down here. So it's like the worst room in the entire game. How did that hitbox interact with me? But yeah, I was like, dude, I'm on God pace. And then Void creeps up from behind me. Donkey Kong Country legend ran this game at SGDQ this past year. And first tried like the last like 12 bosses and passed everyone to snipe and win the race. It was actually incredible. So like, it can happen. We don't know.
It can't happen.
You get to the point where you're like, I'm not even thinking of it as a race. I just want to move on to the next fight, right?
Yeah. I will have you know.
While Kuiper's ripping some booty, how many rips have you had so far?
A lot. I'm still waiting on one. I need one more rock candy.
I'm gonna fight these two sets of bandanas here. Yoshi has a 90% chance of eating these guys, which seems like that's pretty good odds. I think in the last couple weeks, including Kuiper's world freaking record of this, he got 3 fails in a row, which anyone who knows math, that's 1 in 1,000. And the run I did before that, I failed 3 in a row 2 different times. So that's 2 different 1 in 1,000s on something that should be like, this should not be a problem in the course of the run whatsoever.
All right, so I got my 3rd rock candy. What we're gonna do is kind of use up the rest of our mushrooms we have here. You're probably wondering, well, Kuiper, why are you stopping at 3? Because the game makes you. One of the very bizarre changes that they made for the remake is they put an item cap on you. You can only hold a certain amount of certain items. You notice that I was only able to buy 10 mushrooms at a time. If I go into my menu here real quick, my actual item menu, you'll notice that little yellow number next to the rock candies. I am capped. I cannot hold any more than 3 rock candies. So the reason why we have to repeatedly come back and do this over and over again is because we need the rock candies and we can only hold 3 at a time. So there are scripted parts of the run where you are supposed to come back here, give Mushroom Boy more mushrooms, hope for more rock candies, and that way the run can continue. One last thing I'll note is I mentioned before that there's a breezy route of this game. You're probably wondering what changes in the breezy route. Some of these item thresholds are different. And then you're probably like, all right, well, is it like a marginal change? You can hold 30 rock candies in breezy.
Yeah.
30. That's a 3 and a 0. I don't know why, but that's ridiculous. But that's what happens. So guess what you do in the breezy route? You farm rock candies for like 30 minutes, and it's great. You sit here, you chill, you rip, you start ripping, and you don't stop until until you're done. Until it is done, I guess, is the way you would do that. So next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be heading over to Land's End, which is where our next couple bosses are. The first thing we want to do is dump off some items at this trade-in shop. We're going to be using this quite a bit. This is another one of those, again, Spike alluded to it earlier. There are so many things in this run where we really kind of empty the chamber as far as like all of the things that the game gives us mechanic-wise to take advantage of, so that we can beat the game at such low of a level. We use all of it. We use this trade shop. We use these Yoshi cookies. We use red essences. We use everything. And right there, I just traded in some shops, got a couple more bombs. We're going to top myself off on these Yoshi cookies, and then we're going to head into the new area that we just unlocked by talking to that elder earlier, which is Land's End. And Land's End is kind of split up into like 2 separate areas. There's like an above ground area. I went the wrong way. There's an above ground area and then a below ground area, which is where we'll find Below-me 2, technically. This is the second time we fight this boss. We fight Below-me once very early on in the game, and then we fight him again here. The first time we fight him, the gimmick is not active. We just fight him and gain XP from it because we don't have the ability to skip the XP from that. I want you guys to go away. Not you. You need to go away. Get out of here. Get out of here, dummy. Ooh, I'm stuck. Okay. I need to run away. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to be fighting Balome 2 next. Balome 2 is a very fast fight. It is a 1 in 4, but again, like I said, it's a very quick fight. You can also kind of abuse that autosave mechanic. I fell down. Please don't use the emote. I know somebody will. Don't use the emote. But yeah, Balome is a very quick fight, and one of the reasons it's very quick is because we can abuse the autosave mechanic to where basically we're going to get an autosave like as we are falling into the fight. And it makes attempts very, very fast. He can still wall you. You can still get, you can get stuck on any boss at low level. That's just the way it works. And he's also one of the more frustrating bosses to get stuck on because, again, the fight is very fast. So you would think like, all right, dude, I can knock attempts of Balome 2 out in like less than 2 minutes. And then you're there for 10, 12, 18, 20 minutes, and you cry. There's a lot of crying in this speedrun. It seems like
it really makes you an emotionally tough person.
Yeah, it really does.
Having to experience this run.
If you want to build up, if you want to strengthen your emotional toughness, if you want to try to, you know what I mean? If you want to build that up. If you want to, your resolve, your determination, things like that, run SMRPG low level. It's a good way to do it. It's basically like bicep curls for your I don't know, your something. I don't know. Something internal that I'm struggling to explain.
Whatever demons you're fighting with, just take it all out on Super Mario RPG, and it'll spit it back up. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a real one-sided relationship. It's pretty toxic, actually. So yeah, please run this category. As you can see, it's fun.
It is as much as we're memeing.
It is.
This is a very fun, very casual. It at a entry level, unless you're getting like super sweaty about it, like me. It is not to be taken very seriously. Very, very little is in your control, as you can see. We're having to play these minigames. But I will say, and I've mentioned it numerous times whenever I've completed runs, gotten world records in the category or whatever, this is my favorite speedrun. This is everything culminating together, all of the different strats, all of the different mechanics that we use to get through this game. On top of the fact that this game is just this game is just so good.
So good.
The remake is, we didn't even touch on it a lot, really. It was just, they did such a good job on this remake, mixing in a lot of the stuff that we knew from the SNES version, the nostalgia factor, adding a whole bunch of new mechanics, that chain thing you're seeing on the screen, the meter in the bottom left corner for those super moves, the swapping of characters in and out, the sprite work, the music. Everything is just so good, and playing low level just gives you an excuse to play the game more, and that's a good thing because the game's great. Spike disagrees; he hates this game.
No, dude, this is So I'll give this all the way. So again, I'm doing my own Mania project on my stream where I'm playing through every single Super Nintendo game that there is. Super Mario RPG, the original, first ever RPG I played. I absolutely love that game. I won't give away where I'm going to put it in my rankings at the end of the whole thing, but I do love this game enough to where it will be the final game that I play for SES Mania. Because it's just, I don't know. I think this game is absolutely fantastically made, top to bottom. Real quick, jump shoes and safety ring on P.
Yo, you got out on Johnny. Congrats.
I did.
Yeah.
Wait, don't go to the seat. We don't want that.
I talked through that whole thing.
On Speedruns or Eurytovich, depending on what you prefer. I'm going to try to get an auto save right here. Go ahead, Scott.
Did you want to take a break now or after Eurytovich?
Up to you guys. We can take a break whenever.
When would you like to take a break, Kuiper?
I have not reached Balome yet. How about we give Spike one shot at Speedruns, see if he gets out, and if he doesn't, or even if he does, after that first attempt, we can take a break.
Yeah. No, we can do that.
Sounds good. All right.
So let's see how much we get dunked on right here. Again, it's going to lead off with what Kuiper was saying, that Sparasol. Again, wordplay on parasol. It's very cool to see kind of all the different, I think of it as like Chrono Trigger triple techs in this game, having different makeups of the party, allowing you to do these different, a lot of them are offensive spells. So this one, the best defensive spell, you get one free attack that will not do damage to you, which is really good because this opening attack, where is it, Party Energizer, is a scripted water blast, which we've established is very devastating. So now we're going to swap in Mr. Gino. Oops. Then we're going to go for Spare Us All. Skip the cutscene, give us this. And Water Blast will take away all this unless it flat out misses, which there's maybe like a 10% chance they can whiff on these sorts of things.
I want to say it's a 10%.
All of them. What?
It missed all of them?
That's okay. Now we're super cursed. We're not getting out ever.
It missed
every single one of them.
I've never seen that happen before.
That's ridiculous.
That is absurd.
Gino and Macro and both Mario Peach up here, they still got a free attack they can deal with.
That is gamer. I hate to break this to you. You're not getting out.
No shot, dude.
There's no shot you're gonna get out. I got to sandbag here a little bit. So let's get that autosave. There it is.
And there's the water blast. That's unfortunately going to kill Mario and Mallow unless we get under the down. They're both dead. So let's go ahead. I'm going to throw the Lucky Jewel. Let's actually elect to throw an Ice Bomb here with her. And I'm going to swap in Bowser to throw the Lucky Jewel.
Again, yeah, a lot of backups for this fight because he could be a stinky poo-poo head.
As they do. And then let's throw a Fright Bomb. And I'm going to have to do another Ice Bomb here to actually get the kill. Oh, no, okay, that does it.
I got a Rock Candy freebie, so I'm absolutely not getting out on Balloon. So there you go. That is Balloon 2. Balloon 2, very, very fast fight.
Hey, we're on first try.
Yo!
Let's go, baby.
Hold on.
We're technically on the same boss. Yeah. Did you just beat
I didn't get out. I did not get out on below me. I got coins.
Okay, then we can take a break at this point whenever we want to call pause.
All right, so let's get a pause timer in 3, 2, 1, pause. And again, please be sure to take advantage of that team left, middle, or right. I know, just as left is working for Spike. I know, I'm a real instigator here.
Right.
As a reminder, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes and chat with other subscribers during our replays. Go to GamesDoneQuick.com/hotfix to check out our Season 4 schedule and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at this week's runs. With that being said, everyone be sure to hydrate, stretch. I'll be right back with Random Number Generation. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by Spike, Vegeta, and Kyber Don't Care, and this is Super Mario RPG Low Level. And yes, Kuiper, we see you and the water bottle and the red light that everyone wants to know about a little bit more.
Listen,
we are going to... What?
I keep telling them you got to go to twitch.tv/KuiperDon'tCare to figure out why what's going on.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to...
Yes.
Well, /subscribe, yes. We're going to get started with the run, though. So on your count.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
I gotta restart. I was on coins.
Idiot.
What the hell, man?
He's just gotta reset from the Nintendo Switch main menu. All right. From everybody in the call with me.
Mm-hmm.
Over, under, we hear something about the Switch 2 by the end of the month.
By the end of the month?
Yeah. By the end of January.
Wait, you said over, under.
January 31st at midnight, going into February 1st.
Over.
I'm going to say no, whatever that translates to.
Yeah.
Almost. Sky just says no.
Real quick, we're going to sell this cola, as you do. Sell that Coca-Cola, and then all my Yoshi candies, both of them.
You know how tech goes, you know?
Yeah.
Here's what I would...
Happiness.
If it was me,
Right.
I would so much rather Nintendo do a thing where Nintendo was like, we're just waiting. We're just waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And
You were
it's
about
like
to say, Kuiper?
April, right?
What made people start
Or like
talking
late
about that?
April,
anyway?
like
I
early
was seeing
June.
stuff on the
And
internet
Nintendo
about
says,
that.
here's the
And
Switch
And
2.
it was like, was there
It's
some
out
kind of
tomorrow.
announcement that people
And then
were
the
gonna
internet just
start,
goes bananas.
or that information
right?
was going to be?
I would so much
released
rather them
about
do
that
something
soon?
like that, whereas like, no. That's my double coins. I got 2 coins.
At some point.
Very much rather them do that than like a video in February that's like, it's coming out in holiday 2025. I'm like, cool. It's 10 months from now. Or it's going to come out in like a couple months, and then it'll be dope.
Casting 1, 2, 3.
And all of my games that I have right now, I'll just play them on another console. Dude, where's my freight bomb?
Oh, can I hear y'all
There.
now?
Yeah, I think my Discord was cutting out.
Yeah, good.
Uh-oh.
Was anyone else having issues, or was it just me?
No, I was hearing robots.
Okay.
I was hearing robots a little bit.
My first 2 were rock candies, so I was ripping good booty there. Oh, I just got a 3rd one.
Ooh,
Oh,
man.
that's right. We had bonus ones. I forgot I freebied the one from earlier.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish up this session. Any extras don't just get deleted into the ether. They'll go to Mario's pad. So I can go pick those up later. So it's like, technically you could get all the rock candies you need for the run right now. But then that doesn't play into any sort of like, you get good freebie luck or anything. Talk to Elder in upper left house and a map board from Oldville, as you do.
I'll talk it out. I will.
True.
I'll talk through the tech issues. It's fine.
They get there, dang it.
We're going to get there.
Little trade store right here. We're going to trade in a bunch of items that eventually this is our other source of being able to get bombs in this game. So let's give
Am I going to see XP?
maple syrups.
XP, please. XP. All right. We're still team left, I believe.
Yes, we are still team left.
And it's in the middle, and we're out. Okay, my lead on Spike.
Okay.
See,
All
now
right.
what starts to happen now is that now I care about winning.
Yeah, now we're competitive.
Now all of a sudden it's competitive, and now if Spike catches up with me, I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna leave the call.
Because that means your run was bad. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo made announcements about a Switch successor coming soon. Yeah, but soon is such a broad phrase.
Everybody say that, man. Everybody say that.
I never take soon seriously anymore.
Soon TM.
Yeah.
Listen, man, if soon doesn't mean like in like an hour, it's not
Right.
soon. Soon
You can
means
tell we're very impatient people.
Soon
That's why we're
means-
speedrunners.
yeah, you can tell all of us are speedrunners because it's just like soon. So you mean like today, right? No, not today. That's not soon. Why would you
That's
lie?
why I was super into when they were starting to make announcements like, hey, we made this new Paper Mario. It's coming out tomorrow. Available at noon. You know, it's so good. And I was like, dog, I got to wait like a week? That sucks. Is this the, yeah, that's this room. Poop. And poop. And try to manipulate Mario's angle. He jumps at that so you can jump right away. Oh. You can't jump more than one of these at a time. It kind of locks you in place. There is a trick where you can go around that, but it's a pixel perfect trick that I never bothered to learn. And now here's where, for whatever reason, talking to Mushroom Boy, I don't know if Kuiper explained this earlier, but it allows you to just, oh, poo-poo on my pee-pee. I didn't mean to do that. Go back.
I'm over here counting thwomps, and you're over here saying poo-poo on my pee-pee, man. I can't focus.
Gosh.
Listen,
I can't
that's
focus.
how rough a situation this is.
I can't
Man,
focus.
you skipped that first fight. That's what I was going to say. Oh, Yoshi cookie, sorry.
Yeah, you can't shadow drop a console. I would agree with Chad on that one.
Probably
But
not.
it'll come out in like the summer, and it'll have every video game I've ever wanted to play. It's going to have the new 3D Mario, the new Donkey Kong Country, and Final Fantasy IX Remake all at launch. That's going to be great. I love this. I'm signed up.
Never got to buy a console ever again.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing I don't like about it, though. Like, when a game comes out, it's fine because, you know, you can buy it online. You can digitally download it. It's fine.
No doubt.
I live in the middle of nowhere. It's really hard for me to get a hold of stuff on release. So I'm really hoping that Nintendo, if there is a new system coming out, that they make it like widely available. Like the Switch was actually fairly okay to get.
Oh yeah, because it's a potato. Oh yeah.
Right. For those of you who remember when the Wii came out, that was really hard to get on release. Like really, really hard to get on release.
Oh, Spike, I'm getting memed. So I need to hit this lever until he says, sorry, I'm not accepting visitors. I've gotten 4 I'm hungries. All right, there we go. Okay, that was annoying.
That's not even something that stays a flat 50-50. The odds get better, actually, as you get one. So, yeah. Oh, run away. I have to make sure we don't get a special enemy here, because Yoshi cannot eat special enemies. He's allergic. So, all right, here's good. Here's good. Sega Shadow dropped the Saturn in the US. It did not go well. Oh, did they Shadow drop it? Dude. I've always heard the Sega Saturn actually has like a banger library. Just the vast majority of it is J exclusive. Stateside, it felt like there was like 40 games for it. It was just another Wii U. Yeah, there's a good mania. Wii U mania. That'd take like 2 months.
Dang, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Bruh. Bruh.
All right, back at the trade shop, we're going to trade in these syrups. We're going to trade in these max mushrooms. And do I even need any bombs? I'll take 2 fried bombs. Sure. Then we're going to warp back to the Bologna Temple, which we're going to have a little extra menu there that we can get back there. We're going to take this trampoline. And now what we're going to do is one last thing that we need is some more frog coins. Now, the amount of frog coins that you need, which the frog coins are those little green coins that you've seen us collecting here and there. The amount of frog coins that we need actually varies, and the reason why it varies is because it depends on how many freebies we get. You've probably heard Spike and I joking about the freebie luck that we've been getting. Freebies are just a random chance that any item that you use can be freebied. It means you get it back. The usage does not count. And because we can't really control freebie luck, if you have freebied a lot of items that we would normally buy with frog coins, you won't need as many. But because we don't know how many that is, normally the route kind of tells you, like, get this amount and then you should be fine, regardless of freebie luck. And normally what I like to do is I like to get to about 40 frog coins. And if I go into my menu here, you'll see I have 18. So I'm going to do a couple more of these. I'll probably actually only do maybe like 4 of these. So this little mini game I'm doing, I have to scale this mountain in under 10 seconds. And when I do that, Sergeant Flutter at the top there, I keep bonking my head. Sergeant Flutter at the top is going to give me 5 of those frog coins. It is by far the most efficient way to get them. This is, again, one of those skill portions of the run. Oh, that is not going to get it done. I'm not going to get there in time. I missed a jump. Yeah, I'm going to be climbing up this mountain. Spike, what are you doing?
I am just now entering my first Below Me 2 attempt.
Why does
now,
that sound
if I'm able to get this would technically put Kyler and I on the same fight. Just a little bit behind, actually, on progression. So we're going to be doing leading off with the fry bomb here. This is another boss that is susceptible to the very, very overpowered fear status effect.
Spike,
where it halves their defense and their attack. Now, you can kill them a lot faster and you become a lot safer. Now, if he gives me an ideal attack like this, very nice.
Oh my God, Unity!
Just go rock, jump.
I'm getting Unitied.
Unity.
I'm getting Unitied. Okay, so this we said so many nice things about this game. The only complaint that we have, and this is not just the low-level runners, everybody. This game was made in Unity. And
yep,
that means that you just kind of slide right like this, like right there. If I land anywhere that isn't the dead center of a platform, you just slide off of it. And as you can imagine, jumping on top of these shells is pretty precise. So anytime I don't land perfectly in the center, Mario will just slide off. It's very frustrating. I'm getting very angry.
Yep.
If you couldn't tell.
I'm
getting very
this
mad.
controller, this whole setup.
I will.
Dude, I wonder what the best hotfix rage there has ever been.
It's going to be me.
It can't be on my show. I've encouraged people to not do that. Like,
I would encourage people to do it. I'd be like, dog, I want to be famous for being the host when someone threw a hotfix setup across the room.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but it'd be funny.
I'm skill issuing everywhere.
So yeah, because he put one of them to sleep, I'm gonna rock candy. I will then group hug with the Peach to get Mario up and away because we can't time it there. Okay, I always have to remember it because I won't be able to two-cycle him. The only way you can
One more. Gotta do one more.
The only way you can two-cycle is if just no one gets incapacitated on that turn, which is usually just means he uses a physical attack. So I'm actually going to defend and then just save a rock candy and jump instead.
Somebody in chat just said it turns out Kuiper does scare. I'm sorry.
Dog.
Man, if I had a nickel
Proof,
for every
dude.
time I heard that.
Oh, really, Kuiper? Oh, Spike, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I never
It's
get
fine.
tired of it. Keep making that joke. In fact, everybody in chat right now, say that exact same joke. I'll laugh every time.
What were we saying today? If I had a penny every
Oh
time.
yeah, if I had a penny for every time somebody called me sexy, I would be in debt.
It's like I have a friend in the Magic community. His name is Jim Davis. You can imagine the jokes he probably gets every day for having that name.
God.
But for anybody wondering, Spike and I do a lot of streams
Are
together.
stupid. Yes, sir.
Spike and I do a lot of streams together. And we're stupid.
God, it's weird how stupid we are.
And he and I just kind of latch on to things, and that just becomes the only thing we say in the call the entire day.
Yeah, it's great.
And today,
Stop being funny.
yeah, and today it was just, I will be in debt. It was just all day.
Oh, God.
And it never
Classic
stops
comedy.
being funny. It's weird how it's just funny every time. So yeah, so I'm done farming frog coins. Now what I'm doing is, this is something that is an optional thing. You don't have to do this, but this Shy Guy here has a 1 in 5 chance of watering this plant right here. And if he does that, then I can go down in the pipe and grab an extra red essence item. And red essences are basically like a potion you would use to make yourself invulnerable to any and all attacks. And as you can imagine, in a run like this, they are very useful. I'm only going to try a couple more times. Again, there's no way to like manipulate him to do it. There he goes. Okay, yeah. So there's no way to like manipulate him doing it. Normally I give it like a couple tries and see if he decides to give me a quick pattern. And if he doesn't, you can usually just move on. But here it was relatively fast. And again, these red essences are very important. Especially for the final boss, which is, you're probably wondering like, man, they're really worried about the final boss and we're not even like halfway through the game yet. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that we're doing, even from like the early game, is like prep for the final boss. Smithy is, as I mentioned before, with the revolving door strat explanation, Smithy has, between his 2 phases, Smithy has 10,000 HP that we have to get through. And the fact that we can even do it in general is kind of a miracle. But getting ourselves in the best position to be able to do that and not die and not have our party completely wiped, it takes basically the entire run's worth of prep in order to do that. The world record that I just set recently, I literally got down to, he had less than 300 HP. He had killed Mallow and Mario and Bowser. And basically it came down to, I attacked him with Geno, and had I not perfectly timed the attack and gotten the damage roll I gotten, he would have killed me and I would have lost the world record. That is quite literally how tight it gets at the end of this run. It is no joke.
That's with the revolving door strategy and abuse we're doing.
Yeah.
As opposed to, the original one. So this game has a little mechanic in it where at any point, if you're playing on normal mode, you can just drop the difficulty to breezy if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a thought, man, we're going to get up to Smithy in this run, and then we're going to have to drop it to breezy because that's how absurd that fight's going to be. But then revolving door came around and gave us just enough sauce to get through.
Just enough. Just barely.
Yes.
Which is incredible to think of. It was also really funny when revolving door was discovered. It was actually while Pi and Alan were like trying to figure out a way to defeat Smithy. Someone, I don't know if they came into like Pi's chat or Alan's chat or whatever, and they were like, hey, I found this really interesting mechanic that happens. And they kind of explained what they were doing, and then Alan and Pi kind of started cooking up strats for it, and they were like, wow, this is like the way to beat him. This is like what we have to do. It was found almost completely by accident. As strangely, like most really good speedrun strats are, they're just kind of found by accident. This run has one. And without it, I don't think it would be doable. If you want my professional opinion, I am a professional speedrunner. Not at all. I'm absolutely not a professional. I take that back. But yeah, so this is Mega Smilax. You've seen me. I've mainly just been throwing ice bombs. Mega Smilax, to note, is a 1 and 2. We do not have coins, so this is a straight 50-50. Similar to how Bunt was, it's a much easier fight. And hopefully he doesn't troll me and keep me here forever. We are team left on Mega Smilax. The egg is, it gave me the best card again. I'm going left. It was a tie. Tweet. Poo-poo pee-pee.
God, poo-poo pee-pee.
God, the poo-poo pee-pee bird, man. I'm telling you.
I think the next time Pi does a Discord Wars, should be team poo-poo, team pee-pee.
Ooh, you want to be team captains?
Dog, are you poo-poo or pee-pee?
Listen, man.
Yo, chat, tie? Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
hold on. Where are we going? What are we?
What? I was just going to ask if who was on team poo-poo, who was on team pee-pee.
All right, you know what? Sound off. Type 1.
Type 1 if you poo-poo, type 2 if you pee-pee. Because that's the opposite of what you would think you would do.
Oh,
What's
man.
up, everyone who thought we put on good content here post-GDQ?
Yeah. Everybody that thought we have some nice, family-friendly, highbrow,
God, the brow, dude.
Oh, my show is not highbrow, I assure you.
Wait a minute. Team 3. Oh, you don't want to know what Team 3 is.
Team 3, man. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That's a messy team, let me tell you.
You're in the hospital. You're in the hospital, man.
Was that 7 times? I don't know. I was thinking about pooping TV. Okay. Yeah, it was 7 times. Okay.
Freaking sick day.
Freaking 27 club.
Hold on. Do I have it? Here, hold on.
No,
I do have it. I do have it here.
Funny.
There it is.
This. I about had a heart attack. I was like, how far does this one go?
It was a soundboard. It was a soundboard. Don't worry about it.
You scared me.
It's a soundboard. It's all
What's
good.
gonna play out of this thing? What's gonna play out of this thing?
I have a soundboard that provides, believe it or not, my stream, I'm actually not the funny one. I just program a lot of silly sounds to play on my soundboard. That's why people subscribe to my channel. That's why people watch me.
Yeah.
They come for the $1 bob. That's what they come
Oh,
for.
that's right. Yeah, like in Mario Party. How you did the $1.
Yeah.
That was a good session. That was the last stream we did.
That was a lot of fun. I had a good time with y'all.
It was a very
We
good
can stop
time.
this right now and just boot that up. Want to call Ty?
No, I was going to say we need Ty if we're going to do that.
We need the full team.
This afternoon, Ty was playing Super Mario 64 with a light gun. That's what Ty was up to.
SM64 has truly become that game where, like, I don't know, dude, can I beat this game with a toaster? That would be sick.
I think the most unhinged game to controller gameplay I've seen is I think it was Irish Joker in the GDQ practice room like back in like 2020 was playing Trauma Center with a bowling ball on the Wii. Like, you know, like the bowling ball Wii controller.
What in the okay.
He was playing Trauma Center Second Opinion with a bowling ball.
I love that that's called Second Opinion, dude.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Also, I am already on my third attempt of Mega Smilax. I'm getting trolled a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's bad luck.
Getting trolled a little bit.
10 royal syrups, and then we're going to get Fabans.
But for those of you who don't know, especially Spike Vegeta met his matchup with Ty Tuesday on Mario Kart.
I know, I was like, oh, this is vibing pretty well. That Tuesday was a good catch.
Kuiper got him a couple times though on the mini games. Like Kuiper got Ty pretty good. I was impressed. Ty is really hard to beat at mini games, and Kuiper just walked in a couple times, just been like, you know what?
I can game when I'm not busy, you know, being dumb.
Oh, I'm terrible at the Mario Party mini games. But y'all were doing great.
That might be a problem. Let's see. Am I about to poo-poo pee-pee?
Oh, Unity! It just literally, it felt like the hand of God reached down and pushed
Okay, did. Okay, good. All right.
We're
going team. We're still team left.
Team poo-poo and pee-pee.
Spike is not happy right now. That is a translation of Spike would normally put stuff that GDQ would frown upon there. So that is Spike's censor.
All right.
Wait, did Kuiper do it? Kuiper did it?
We are out of Mega Smilax. All right, so we are out of Mega Smilax, and now this is the part of the run where I have to preface this by saying I love this speedrun. This is my favorite speedrun. The area of the game that we are about to head into is not only my least favorite, it actually, and Spike can vouch for me, this is the part of the run where, if I had to guess, 80% of runs die. Where we are about to go. We are about to go into maybe not 80, maybe close to like 75, possibly. We are about to head into Nimbus Land. And Nimbus Land is normally, I don't want to say it's like a hard area of the game, but the problem with Nimbus Land is there are not only 2 bosses that we have to get past in this area, but there are also 2 like normal enemy encounters. They're not bosses. They're like standard enemies that we have to get by in order to progress through here. They're the heavy troopa fights. And one of the optimizations that I made after a number of months after Pi and Alan had kind of moved on and done other things was I kind of realized that our initial strat for dealing with the heavy troopas was kind of slow, and it involved using an item known as the Lamb's Lore. We never bought it. We never did anything for it. All you got to know about it is it's a consumable item that kind of works like a reusable Yoshi cookie, if you want to think about it that way. But in order to get the Lamb's Lore, you got to go through like another backtracking section to go buy an item. You have to spend more money. You have to actually obtain it using an encounter and things like that. It was kind of slow. And through, you know, timing things and figuring out the optimal way to do it, I realized it's actually faster to just fight them like they would be a normal boss. The problem with doing that is I added 2 more instances of the lucky minigame into the speedrun. And that's just 2 more instances of spots where you can get stuck. And Spike mentioned previously, I want to say about like a half hour, an hour ago, that a couple months ago, Spike and I were doing this, and Spike was on really good pace. Spike was probably, actually, if we're being real, was kind of on like cracked world record pace. He got to this area. He got to Nimbus Land. And when I tell all of you, he spent an hour fighting the 4 bosses in this area. He spent an hour trying to get past the 4 bosses in this area. Heavy Troopas are a very fast fight, but again, it's a 1 in 4. We can't speed it up. We can't change the odds or anything like that. There's another fight, which is Birdo, which is another heavily scripted fight. that we have to get lucky in. And then finally, the crescendo of Nimbus Land is Dodo Valentina. And Dodo Valentina is not only a very long fight, it's a very difficult fight. Because Valentina, very similar to Bunt, can spam a whole bunch of AoE spells. She could do a whole bunch of things to mess up your party order and slow you down and force you to kind of use some backup strats and things like that. And she's at the end. She's the last thing you got to deal with through this entire gauntlet that is Nimbus Land. So when I tell you guys that there's a chance that Spike and I both don't get past this area, there's a legitimate chance that neither Spike nor I get out of Nimbus Land and get into the Barrel Volcano. Very, very difficult section of the game. And it's my fault, actually. It's actually my fault that it's the most difficult thing. It's kind of one of those things in speedrunning where you have that one person that finds the really fast strat that's really hard. And then every other person that runs the game is like, well, now we all have to do this, right?
Now it sucks. Yeah.
Now it sucks.
Wait, is this like the equivalent of the person right before you leave the classroom saying, wait, aren't you going to assign us homework tonight?
Yes.
Wow.
I am basically the, hey, you didn't check our homework person.
Wow.
Of the SMRPG low-level speedrunning community. But hey, it was faster. I timed it. I sent it to Spike. Spike tried it. Spike was like, "Yep, that's faster." Yeah, that's just.
So I don't think the fight is faster.
Well, no, not the fight.
Yeah,
but,
to be clear with people watching.
Yeah. It's not that the fight is faster. It's that because we're skipping a whole bunch of other things that we would have to go do in order to get the Lamb's Lore. That's what makes it faster.
It's net faster, yeah. On average, because the way you break it down, if you use the Lamb's Lure, every time you use the Lamb's Lure, there's a 10% chance it'll just delete a heavy trooper. Mm-hmm. Meaning oh yeah, I did this. I need to go in here now. Meaning it would take you on average to get rid of 3 heavy troopers. It would take you 30 Lamb's Lure throws. On average, it should take you 4 attempts of the Yoshi Egg minigame to get out of there. Real quick, do I have to do a menu? I do. Just a second.
You all you gotta do is put the trooper medal on. That's it. Yep.
Let's go back to make sure we actually it. Yeah. If you break that down, it is definitely faster. Let me actually make sure I get this. Pop. To go through 30 throws of Lamb's Lure compared to 4 full attempts of the Yoshi Egg minigame, but it's not that much faster to where it's worth it to do all this extra stuff just for the Lamb's Lure.
Mm-hmm. Right. It also is kind of a cascading thing of, because we don't have to buy the accessory that allows us to hatch the Lamb's Lure, nor do we need to buy the mystery egg, that also allows us to farm less money. At the beginning part of the run where we did the Yoshi stuff, which you guys didn't get to see because we skipped it, that also allowed me to cut out an entire farming session, which is close to like, oh gosh, I mean, depending upon what kind of RNG you get for the firebombs, that's like a big chunk of time that you save just from not having to go and farm more candies a third time. So, it was kind of one of those things where I didn't like using the Lamb's Lore, so I messed around with some strats, figured out it would be a net positive thing, and now we gotta fight these stupid guys, and most of the time, they are pretty mean as far as letting us pass. So that's one of the heavy troopers right there. There are 2 of them. That's the first one. The second one is gonna be after we beat Birdo. So the first thing we got to do here is we got to beat this heavy trooper. Then after that, we have to beat Birdo. Then there will be another heavy trooper almost immediately after that. And then we have to beat Valentina. That's why this section of the game is considered to be one of the most difficult, and definitely the part of the run where, for lack of a better term, it kind of kills the majority of runs that you do when you're first starting out, because it just takes a long time. It takes a long time to get through this section of the game, especially given the fact that sometimes these bosses can just not let you by.
Yeah, and they're all 1 and 4s. There's no relief. This one's a 1 and 2. All of them are you have to hit a 1 and 4. And Valentina in particular is one of the easiest fights to get stuck on for a very long time because the fight is so long. It's not quite bunt lengths of 7 minutes, but it's like 5 or something.
It's 5. It's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep, so here we're just going to jump on these heavy troopas. One jump with Mario will kill them. Again, showing off the power of that boosted jump that we got from earlier. All that farming we did. And that's it. The fight's very, very quick. Let's see what we get. Nope. We got points. All right. Nope. I believe that is like nope number 31 or something like that. I got no idea. Man. I got no clue. I got no idea what we're doing. Also, Mallow's naked for this fight. Any thoughts on that, Sky?
Well, considering that Mellow's originally wearing pants, I'm not sure if that's appropriate.
Yeah, that's canonically appropriate here.
Kind of weird.
I need out of this first try because I'm skill-wise, I'm terrible at this fight. You have to block one thing and I can't do it. Dang it. Yeah. I need to get out of this fight because I'm so bad at it.
Too much nope.
You have to survive one attack, one single attack, but they come out so fast. They all look kind of similar. I'm just like, In the 80% speedrun, we actually just don't let him attack. We kill him fast enough. But with all the stuff you got to do to set up, because not only are obviously your damage output is worse. You also have to make sure you get in stuff like that lucky hammer right there with Mario, between the lucky hammer or the lucky jewel, just to instigate the minigame. All right, can I block it this time?
All right, we are out of
legend.
All right, we got out of Heavy Troopers 1 in one try. So now we got Birdo. Now, I want to make a point to bring this up, just in case it happens, because I will pop off if it does. I have been doing speedruns of this for a very long time. Spike has been doing, again, monthly races with me for quite a while. When I tell all of you wonderful people that are watching on the post-GDQ episode of RNG with my good friends Spike and Skybills, I just want to point out, Spike has never had a good Birdo fight.
Nope.
Never. When I tell you people, I have never seen this man get out of this fight in less than like 8 tries. That's not an exaggeration.
Yep.
So if he just so happens to do it on this run, that would be very fun.
Yep. It would be the only time it's ever happened. Because over the course of doing enough of these runs, you're going to get everything like first try after a while. You'll have a split with that in it. I have never gotten Birdo better than unironically like 8th try. I don't know what it is. Birdo always just keeps me chilling there for a long time. All
this is usually the part of the run.
This try, I want to go to the clouds.
Okay.
We're still on team left. Again, people can change that whenever they want.
That's true, by the way.
Like right now, we can change that whenever you want.
Nope. We got a nope on Birdo. But yeah, reminder to everybody out there watching, if you're wondering, like, man, they just keep peeking team left. Can I change that? You can. If you want to subscribe, gift a sub, anything like that, we are keeping track of it. If you do subscribe or gift some subs, make sure you put in what team you would like me or Spike to do. You could do team left, you could do team right, you can even do team mid. There is a strat that we will employ in order to use team mid, even though that's where Yoshi starts. But yeah, you can do that. We've already had 2 people do it. We started on mid, we moved to left, had a couple, we beat both Spike and I have gotten some first tries off of team left. It's been nice, it's been treating us well, but if you want to potentially sabotage that, you can. And it's actually one of the fun things that people will do. I have people in my community that take great pleasure in ruining my speedruns by gifting subs or throwing bits down or whatever and forcing me to pick teams that I don't want to pick and forcing me to do fights that I don't want to do over and over again. It has happened before. I have one person in particular that has, in exactly 100-bit increments, been doing it for like years. He just gives 100 bits at a time, and been doing it for years.
So generous over the course of 5 years.
Ooh, double XP.
Those
Back when I was doing
$57.
Back when I was doing OG, he was also, you know. Tweet! Tweet!
Poo
Poo poo pee pee.
Pee pee.
Poo poo pee pee.
Oh, gamers of the GDQ, you have to understand Poppy Quai.
Oh, you can bring Poppy on for a second.
I cannot let this stand. Poppy, you come here right now.
Go get Poppy.
Yeah, it's pupper time. We love having puppers on the show. Everybody can use a pupper break.
Gamers, it's very important once, if Spike does bring Poppy on stream, you must let Poppy know that she is a baby. It's very important.
Yay! Poppy, you did it! We got out of Mega Smilex.
Yay, Poppy, you did it.
Poppy did it!
Girl.
Yay!
Poppy's baby girl. That's right.
Poppy did it!
That's right. It wasn't me at all. It was my baby girl.
Where is she? I didn't see her.
She was in my lap for 2 seconds, and then she jumped and she ran.
Oh, and then she was like, okay, that's enough of this.
Okay, that's it.
She was like, I bless, and then I go.
I guess that she saw Dad wasn't in Nimbus Land yet.
Can you imagine if you get stuck in Nimbus Land?
Never. That would
We want to avoid the Yoshi. Nope.
Oh man.
Oh man, all right. Yeah, we want to avoid getting experience, thus the name of the category, low level. We are, in fact, a very low level.
I definitely casually was like, I'll go buy the Lucky Jewel, because now you can just follow it. If you're good at following those games, you can just like double up 10 quick fights with it, or buy the Lucky Hammer with Mario if you're like, yeah, dude, I'll accelerate that. Is that right, Poppy girl? Is that right? Do we like to accelerate here on the Speedruns? That's right.
What a question to ask a dog. Do we like to accelerate?
Do we like to accelerate? Yes. Oh, Poppy. Oh my goodness. Here, I'm gonna take the time loss. I gotta get my baby. Baby girl.
We'll always allow that here.
Oh yeah, Poppy breaks are an important part of any speedrun. You can just hear them in the background.
The winner is whoever makes it to the end first.
Yes, that is correct. The winner is, we're trying to beat the entire video game at Mario level 3, which is very not intended. Yeah, so the winner is whoever gets to the end of the game first.
That's right, bro.
Oh.
We're going to be the first ones to get to the end. I'll take being in the volcano. Oh, Poppy, that was digging in my ear. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she found the buried treasure. My God. I don't get it, girl.
I like how Richard's zooming in on Poppy. I love this. This is the content we love to see here on Random Number Generation.
Goodness gracious. I'm actually one of my, everyone's got their different icks. Like, oh, don't touch that part of my body. Yeah. Mine's don't ever put anything near my ears. So Poppy, you know Papa loves you. Yeah, I allow you to even get close. Good golly.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, he's a babe. You are a babe. That's what they say. We were saying if we brought her to GDQ being the mascot, she would just be on every single checkpoint segment. That's right.
She would?
That's right.
Yeah, she would.
She would be a very...
Just off screen, and we have to hold her every time. That's right.
We'd have to stop her from licking all the prizes, though. Yo, thank you for the party platter pack. Please let us know if you would like team left, middle, or right.
Whoa.
Scavenger, holy moly.
Scav.
Yep, left, middle, or right, your choice.
Yep.
Mid. We have changed to mid.
Okay.
We're mid.
All right.
I just
For Poppy.
okay. I will adhere to the mid, so I'm going to follow Yoshi. And as long as Yoshi does not land in the middle, which he did not, I'm going to go mid. And we got out! Let's go, Scavenger!
Scavenger, thank you.
Yo, Scavenger,
go.
friend of the stream!
Let's go.
Friend of the stream! Holy moly! Ah! I fall down.
You fall
Yeah,
down.
then the dodging section right after is like, oh god, there's so much.
I forgot. I may have forgotten.
All right, so we are back on mid with the party platter pack and with
Yes,
the Poppy
sir.
Cutie intermission there. That was good. That was very good.
Poppy, the people have spoken. They think you're cute.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I think Poppy as the official GDQ mascot being at the events, I think I could get behind her.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. She would kiss all of you endlessly. That's like her thing.
Chad, who needed to see a dog today? You know, I know it's still, we're getting towards the middle of the week, thank goodness. Who needed to see a dog today? I did. That was great.
Oh my goodness.
Not just a dog. That is a long dog.
Yeah, you don't
He is
realize
so
till
long.
she's going. Everyone was probably looking, oh, it's so cute. She's kissing his face. That dog is like 12 feet long. She was reaching out the room, dude. It was nuts.
She's very long.
She was outside doing the
I'm
pee-pee,
thinking about
and
my
she's
dog,
still
not
able to... Oh, we got... Okay, I'm going mid again. We're going to follow Yoshi. Yoshi did not land on mid, so we can go mid. And it
was
a tweet.
Ah, Kuiper, I'm sorry, gamer.
I know, I love
We-
all of the. I knew it was possibly Simon, but I'm kind of disappointed. It was.
So we did not have a dog run last week. However, there were dogs at AGDQ. So speaking
There
of
were?
AGDQ, we had a husky, a German Shepherd, 3 corgis. There was a pair of corgis, and then there was a singular corgi.
Oh.
And then we had a service doggo. And there was a point where the service doggo was not on duty. So if the service doggo was not at work, you were allowed to pet the service doggo, but only when he was not on duty, which makes sense.
Dog with
There
a
was a lot
job.
of doggies.
You could see them during the new Super Mario Brothers Wii run, the famous
Yeah.
piano
Actually,
run.
yeah.
Yeah, that was Percy, the service dog, during that run. But Percy was working during it.
Very, very good dog. Very good door.
Very good. Oh, there was a
Tweet,
lot of
tweet,
corgis. Yes, 3 corgis were there.
Tweet.
We don't want to
Boo-boo
see
pee-pee.
birds, Kuiper. We only want to see
Oh, he
dogs.
tweeting.
Listen, I don't want to see the bird either.
Yeah. At this point, gamers, it'll be massive whoever gets out of Nimbus Land first. Kyber's already got first 2 fights on me, and by far the biggest one. You would take a number of fails on the other 3 combined for first or second try Valentina.
I never got a chance to pet Peanut Butter, which was JSR's dog, but I heard Peanut Butter was a good friend as well.
Oh, yeah. He is very sweet. So everybody knew. It was my first time meeting him because I got to do like, not really commentary, but like Pseudo was like part of the show for the Ken Griffey Jr. run he did. And yeah, Peanut Butter, very, very sweet boy.
But yeah, since Percy was on duty during the new Super Mario Brothers Wii run, I tended to not bring attention to the dog too much, especially because the dog was doing a job at that point, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Want to make
All right.
sure the
So-
dog was doing the job first. What's up, Kuiper?
I had to make an executive decision there. We are team mid, but Yoshi landed back on mid. So obviously I can't take Yoshi, so I did the most recent thing before mid, which was left, and we
That's
got
good.
out.
Hey!
So
Let's
I-
see.
Very nice.
I am about to get prepped a little bit for the Dodo Valentina fight. So again, Dodo Valentina is kind of into that group of the bunts, where it's not the worst odds, but it is definitely a difficult, annoying fight to be stuck on. And the fight's actually going to start in kind of a unique situation where Dodo is actually going to.
We're team mid, right? I'm just making sure.
Yes, we are team mid unless Yoshi lands
Hey,
on
first
it.
try on the heavy turbos. Okay.
Look at this.
All
Scavenger
right.
pulling through. Look at that.
All right, okay.
Thank you,
but yeah,
Scab. Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank you,
I'm
Scab.
through one of the 4 fights. We're through
Yep.
3 of them. Worst one still to come. That's my first try of the night.
Is that? I thought you had another one.
Yep. Oh, Spirit of Edge. Yep. You're right.
we had to switch it to a yup.
Yep.
So we've had how many? We've had 34 nopes and 1 yup.
Yep.
Yep.
Anybody that wants to keep
It's
track?
like-
Anyone that wants to keep track?
That's like some King of the Hill energy there. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have this fight with Birdo very well scripted to the point where if we do it correctly with all the speed values and everything, then Birdo never gets to attack for whatever reason.
Yeah, speed in this game. We talked about it briefly when it came to like the how many rock candies do I have? Okay. When it came to the I don't know what happened in there. When it came to the revolving door strat, but speed is also kind of a weird thing where with certain enemies, it seems like it's actually variable how much speed they have. And we can like reset an enemy's speed based on what turn we start the fight. It's weird. This game, speed is a very odd thing in this game, and we take advantage of it in this game. I also just ripped my I ripped my third ass.
Let's go.
I got a bonus ass rip.
You got 3 of them?
That one goes in the box. I had 2 extra. We got one in the box though. Okay, so here we go. We are gonna set up for Dodo Valentina. This fight is actually so crazy that it matters who we have in that standby position. That is actually for some reason
fight where that matters.
That's the only fight where this matters. So we need to make sure that we have all that stuff on.
She will kill your front line.
Yes, almost
She
certainly.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
She don't mess around.
Troop metal there, and then those there. And yeah, we're going to jump right in. So this fight is going to start, again, similar to how Bunt works. There is an unskippable cutscene. I have to watch this cutscene every single time before I actually get to attempt the fight. And what's going to happen first is Dodo is going to take whoever your middle party member is, and it's going to be like a 1v1 on Rust, right? So Dodo is going to 1v1 Bowser, which means you have to effectively perfect block all of the attacks that Dodo does to you. You're going to buff Bowser up with a Bracer to increase his defense, an Energizer to give him an attack buff. We're going to use the Lucky Jewel, and then a Fright Bomb and a Fire Bomb. That will end the Dodo phase. Then Valentina is fighting your other 2 remaining party members. And for some really stupid reason, I don't know why, Nintendo decided to give Valentina like 99 speed, so she will always go first, no matter what. And because of that, she can just immediately do like a water blast or a blizzard or something and kill Mario and Mallow immediately. And then we gotta use the backup strats. So we'll see. See how lucky we get. Spike can absolutely, positively make a comeback on me just on this fight. I can be here for the next who knows how long. This fight is extremely brutal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, purely time-wise, absolutely. We're close enough to where that can happen. But y'all gotta remember we talked about it. My history with Birdo. We had we had a shot at experience on attempt number 2, but then nope. Here we are.
Oh.
we got a poo-poo pee-pee bird.
Poppy, you come here right now.
We had a poo-poo pee-pee bird show up. All right, here's
I do
Valentina.
Oh, come on, Kuiper. Do it.
All right, she killed again. Mario and Mallow dead immediately. There's nothing I can do to prevent that. So now what we got to do is we got to do the backup strats, where we are going to protect Peach with a red essence. That is one of the very few things that she can do that I can actually block. It would have been nice if she did that earlier. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw 3 rock candies. After we've thrown the 3 rock candies, Bowser will come back, and we are actually going to do another Parasol in order to give us a little bit of protection, and then really from there, it's just vibes. You got to throw fire bombs, you got to throw fright bombs, got to do some jumps, whatever you got to do to make her health hit 0. You got to throw the kitchen sink at her in order to, get Valentina to I don't know. She flies away. We don't actually beat her. She just like retreats. Nope. Kind of weird. So.
Yeah, she has 2,000 HP, so you can, like, I try to count out the damage a little bit to also get sweaty about maybe not needing to get rock candies all packed. If we're going to try like that, you need to come here, right?
You need to get over here right now. Parasol, and okay, that's going to protect us from that. It missed Peach. That's cool. Neat. I'm just gonna throw rock candies, hopefully. And okay, okay, I was not expecting Dodo to do that. Okay, we blocked it though. We're gamers. So this is gonna knock out Dodo, and then Valentina's gonna get another attack. And hopefully she gives me something. This is good. I can block this. And I did. Very good. We're going to throw one more rock candy. And then here, I think I could probably do like a firebomb and one more jump. And she'll probably be done. Let's see. She might be dead here. Okay, cool. All right. So that was a relatively tame Valentina fight. She didn't do a lot of really mean things. But again, I gotta do that whole thing again. If we don't get out right here, we are team mid, and nope.
I was rooting for you there.
Nope.
I want to secure one of us is going to get out of here. We still got an hour.
We got an hour.
Honestly, very hopefully, at least both of us are going to be out of here tonight. But there's a chance.
Someone had said that they'd appreciated the positivity in chat. Well, I'll let you know that the GDQ stuff doesn't just end at marathons. I mean, we do have this wonderful hotfix content and Frame Fatale stuff. Yeah. And now we have Black in the Flash as well. So please check us out in this wonderful in-between content. So we have Back to Black, again, Frost Fatale coming up. And of course, we have here our hotfix content. So again, GDQ doesn't have to be over. Y'all can join us here every week.
Man. GDQ's like, professional wrestling at this point. There is no off season. There's always something going on this channel, so.
Yeah.
Right. My greatest Birdo of all time.
Of course you get a good Birdo.
Oh no, I go down.
That's great. That's hilarious.
I don't have splits to even save my. Honestly, because I think it was also a first try heavy. That probably actually was like a decent size gold, which is pathetic.
Pathetic.
I'm excited. I think the Fatale list is going to be out pretty soon, too.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I was going to say, did you submit anything for it?
I submitted Zelda 1 randomizer and SMB3 randomizer because, nice. I like to promote the show. So, every now and then I like to submit a good randomizer or two.
That sounds dope.
Am I doing anything? No, I just keep the same thing and we just fight these guys. Okay, let's go. Yeah, which was defend, lucky hammer. There we go, sleepy bar.
And it's Spike Virginia with the steel chair. With the
steel chair. We're on Netflix next week, gamers. No, we're probably going to stay on Twitch.
But I will say, Spike did a fantastic job interviewing with Tropical, and then we did Tropical Freeze stuff. And Kuiper did a wonderful job on comms for Tropical Freeze.
Thank you. I did my best.
Hold up. Chat, hold me. There's no way. It's not going to happen. They won't let it. Tweet. Tweet, poo-poo, pee-pee. We can't have happiness in this world. Ugh. I wanted to be on Valentina at the same time as Kuiper, just so you would go, ooh, I'm scared.
I'm already scared. I'm just scared in general.
So now I want the other direction. I want this to be 75th try heavy Koopas. Heavy Troopers. So,
Heavy Koopas,
routing these in. Heavy Koopa Troopers. Heavy Schmoopa Poopas.
Yo, type 1 if you're a schmoopa. Never mind.
Hey, listen.
What? Where was that going?
I don't know. Listen,
We
English.
never know. We just regurgitate mouth words.
Absolutely no one's gonna get this joke except for Spike. English, second language.
Chad, if you were inside my brain right there, you'd be like, man, that was so funny. God, I love in jokes.
Yeah.
I hope all 4,548 of you thought it was funny.
Yeah. Also, I will say, GDQ, pretty cool.
Yep.
Games Done Quick is a good time. I think the three of us, and GK, and Reich, all did a great job on the Tropical Freeze run. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's a good time. There's a surprise ending. I won't give it away.
Oh, yeah. Shots to 30 hours, dude.
There's a surprise ending to that run that was not planned and not, like, scripted. I'm not going to spoil if you haven't seen it. You should, though.
Kuiper, I have friends that wanted to know if you're ever going to follow that up sometime.
Follow what up?
The ending. Again.
Oh, like, do that again?
Yeah, like on stream. Like, are you ever gonna another college try, so to speak?
Oh, God, no.
Never again.
Never. Never again. You kidding me? That level's so hard.
Opportunity for in 2 days. Donkey Kong Country Returns comes out though.
Yo, how excited?
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about that, Spike. What's that? How excited are you about that?
Yeah. What are you gonna do with it?
Excited. It'll be fun. Like jump back to speedrunning that game literally like 12 years ago. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. They're bringing it up to the Switch. I don't think it's going to be anything fascinating for people who've already played the game. It'll look a little nicer. It'll be nice to have it on Switch, up HDified. But I think the biggest thing is just like, I hope a new audience of people get to give that game a chance. Because a lot of people actually played it. The game sold like gangbusters back on the Wii, but quickly would set it down because they were like, either because it was hard or they didn't want to use the waggle motion to get yourself to roll everywhere.
I remember playing it at a friend's place and it being very difficult on my wrists. So I'm thinking about getting it, if anything, maybe it's a more accessible game function.
Oh, a million percent. Because I actually think the shake controls were fine. We're on Valentina together. Where I think the motion controls were actually fine made, but it is extremely off of Retro, Nintendo, whoever made the decision that it's not an option to be like, dog, I want to press a button to play this very precise, difficult platformer. I think that is extremely freaking fair. So I'm looking forward to more people having that opportunity on the Switch version. I hope people get to realize that, like, it is a fantastically made game. I feel like it kind of got lost in the shuffle after Tropical Freeze came out. And I do think Tropical Freeze is a better game than Returns, but I also think Tropical Freeze is debatably the greatest 2D platformer of all time. So, like, that's not saying much, right? It's like people who dunk on stuff like DKC 3. Well, it's no DKC 2. Yeah, but DKC 2, one of the greatest 2D platformers of all time back in the 90s. Like, yeah, of course, it was going to feel like a little bit of a drop-off. So, I don't know, man. Hopefully more people give Returns a chance. I think it's got fantastic level design. I think it's very difficult but fair. So, yeah, gamers, if you want to make me happy, if nothing else, check it out. Oh, I ran into that guy.
It's kind of hard for me to accept something as like the greatest 2D platform of all time when it was released, we'll call it after the year, like, I don't know, 2005, 2006 or so. When I think of platformers, I think of, like, old stuff.
Yeah, the retro stuff, for sure. What do you think is the greatest 2D platformer of all time, Sky?
That is such a loaded question. And I'm a little biased. I'll admit my bias for older games because I don't play the indie platformers probably as much as I should, right? Like, I've never touched a game like Celeste before, right? Which I'm sure has fantastic platforming. And I should try at some point. But as far as the platformers that I've played, I don't know. It depends on what you look for in a platformer. I know you'll probably have some really great opinions based on Super Nintendo platformers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know, like, I kind of like the way the classic Donkey Kong countries play. Like, they're so rich with platforming as to what kind of tricks you can do with them.
No, 1,000,000%. I'm sorry, I'm drinking something real quick.
You're fine.
I could here, I'm going to do one round of Rip and Booty, and then I will go to the pad after that. No, I am unabashedly, I'm a massive Donkey Kong Country series fan, and I do think DKC2 is fan-freaking-tastic. I would recommend that to anyone who wants to find a retro platformer. I was wondering if it was going to be a layup for you, if you were going to be like, hey, we ripped, if you were going to throw out SMB3. For a lot of people, that is still the gold standard of, like, definitely all NES games and one of the greatest 2D platformers of all time.
Well, honestly, and I need to get into it more in terms of, like, what it can do trick-wise. I remember the first time I picked up Super Metroid, I was really impressed with all the different kinds of platforming and movement that could be done in that game. I feel like there's so many things you can do with Super Metroid that you can't do with games. And I look at the year in which it was done, and I think of other platformers that happened during that time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this game was so far ahead of that time. That's the thing that kind of impresses me is what can it do during that time? I look at Castlevania 3 as well, right? What was that, 1990? Think about the platforming that can be done with Grant, for instance, Grant and Asti. That's really impressive for 1990. Like, beyond impressive. Super Mario World also, same thing with the cape that Mario can do. It's pretty good again for that time. So that's the kind of things I think of when I think, like, what am I impressed with platformers? Well, what was the year and what were the other platformers out around that time? And what could that do versus what all the other games around that time could do?
1,000,000%. I was glad for Momam years ago. I finally got to play Troop of Metal. Yeah. I was glad I finally got to play Castlevania 3. I was like, this might sneak up and be my favorite NES game. I loved Castlevania 3, and I've only done one loop of it. And that definitely leans into it, how strong that game is. Because there's, like 3-4 different playthroughs you can do of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. CV3 is brilliantly made. Definitely up there with, like, the Mega Man 2s and 3s, and, obviously all the Mario Brothers. I'm also a massive Zelda 2 stan. I love Zelda 2.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm going to defend Castlevania 3 forever because I feel like that game could have come out 5 years later and still been really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
For what it was. So Castlevania 3 would probably be my answer, but Super Metroid is, like, right next to it. Same with Super Mario World. Super Mario 64.
SMW, I still feel like is the most important 2D platformer of all time. I mean, there's literally thousands and thousands of Mario World hacks that are coming out all the time. I mean, just look at this past GDQ. There were literally 3 between Super Chefy World 2, Fresh Hops, and Kaizo Mario World 3. Ridiculous. And I do mean ridiculous.
I still want to get into, after playing it at the World Championship, I feel like I need to give Kid Icarus a little bit more of a try because the platforming in that game also, as frustrating as it can be at times, really impressed me to even learn just like a little bit of. That game was super impressive.
Absolutely.
Also, Spike,
Speaking of impressive, how about Sky with basically tying your PB almost to the frame?
Yeah,
and that Nintendo World Championships. Please, everybody, if you haven't, go watch that run. That is a jam-packed 27-minute race. It was so good.
And it's funny now. Now I'm down to a 23:47 now as of last night in that category.
Gamer.
I'm already sub 24 now, which is funny.
Yeah, so you've been going at it. You get that post, come back from GQ, you're like, I don't know, man.
I've already practiced.
Yeah, let's do it now.
The post GDQ buff.
It is a buff. I'm telling you, like, you're in the practice room and you're practicing all week. And I'm sure you feel this even with Tropical Freeze a little bit to some extent, Spike. It's like, I'm already practiced. I might as well follow through with it.
1,000,000%. She has tried to slap. Peach has not come out yet. I just soloed the first phase of Valentina with Mario jumps. She slapped me every time.
You're having a much better fight than me.
Okay, then what happens here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, chat. Just like that, Spike and I are tied.
Yeah.
All it took was like what 2 or 3 failed Valentina fights, and Spike is tied with me. If Spike gets out and I don't, Spike is in the lead.
Okay, let's swap to Gino. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. I'm going to defend.
So what I would have, I was gonna say what I would have done there is just put Peach out anyway.
Yeah. She's okay. Well, we're just gonna do this. I'm still gonna red essence.
Sure, we'll do this.
I was like, I don't know if I should. Yeah, the fight is so far thrown off at this point. Let's use some rock candies.
She is still not dead? Okay. Okay, oh, God. Terrible fight. Okay. Woo! All right. Here we go. Yeah, this is the big equalizer. Valentina, like I said. All right, can we get XP? Can we get XP? Nope.
Solidify.
Nope.
All right, Spike's coming up next here. Let's see if
Spike could take the lead. Spike could take the lead right here. Oh, I see what you did. Okay, I see your strat.
Yeah, it was weird. That was very unique. Misjudged where her health was going to be at, so we're going to do this. This should kill. Yep. All right. So you can see how long Valentina is. It's like a 5-minute fight. So now we're just going to hope we don't have to do that 5 minutes again.
Yeah.
So legitimately, like, that's how big of an equalizer this fight is. We've got EXP.
All right, let's see it.
We're going mid. We got to go left. Tweet.
We're back to being tied again. All right.
Poo-poo.
Kuiper out in front again, but not by much. This is good. This is nice and close. This is the way I like to see it.
This is your legit back and forth. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. You would be surprised how many races of this category come down to this, where it's just like you're just alternating attempts back and forth. That's why I always say, like, this run is... I say this as someone that has done this run just like solo by myself, grinding out attempts. This run is very, very fun to do with buds. And you all just kind of you all start at the same time, and then you're all like, oh, dude, I got out first try. I caught up, and you have this like big lead, and then all of a sudden it disappears, and you cry, and then you stop talking to them, and they're not your friends anymore. And,
yeah.
All that.
And then it's 20 years later, and you're like, dude, I missed that time.
Are we talking about Final 6 of Forbidden Memories?
Oh,
or Final 7?
Honestly, it's a good comp. Really, it really is.
Yeah.
That Metroid map rando race, that was very, very cool. Go ahead, Sky. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just reading from chat here. Best platformer, speed. What is the best criteria? Speed, style, move, tech, field. I feel like it's a combination of all that plus entertainment, right? Y'all may not think about this, but we do think about what entertains everyone the most, right? I mean, what is streaming if not a way to entertain everyone? In the scope of a charity marathon, it's what can raise money, but in the scope of a Twitch stream, it's what can entertain everyone. So we have to strike a balance between all of those things.
Yeah, what just looks good in flow? I mean, like, that's the case for, like, just platformers in general.
Oh, I'm getting the Spike RNG. She's just slapping. She's just slapping. You got
the Spike RNG?
I got the Spike RNG. She's just slapping. She's slapping for days.
What's going on with the shuffle? The egg looked very trackable. So the Yoshi egg is trackable, but the problem is, even with the Yoshi egg being trackable, you still have to find it looks like a little whale egg to me. That's what
little black fuzzy enemy.
Like a little fuzzy thing, whatever. That is not trackable. So you still, even if you can track the Yoshi egg, it's still 50-50. And then even more so, it gets complicated. Is it going to be experience or coins? It has to be experience because we have to lose that experience to keep it low level. So it may
my God.
seem simple, and the remake keeps it simple, but there's still very much variance at play, despite some of the little bit of a hand up we get from the remake because of that.
See, Mario almost sold her again. Unreal. I was considering not throwing the red essence and just throwing the rock candy because that would have transitioned her, actually.
I just noticed she has a drink in her hand during this fight.
Got a little martini.
She's thirsty.
Got a little martini. Every single time you fight Valentina, you notice another weird thing about her model. Like, it took me a couple times to realize she's not sitting on a banana. It's like a crescent moon.
Yep, that's a banana.
It looks like a banana to me.
Oh, we got XP. We're going mid.
Oh,
We
all
got
right,
XP.
Kuiper.
We're going mid. We're going to follow Yoshi. As long as Yoshi doesn't land on mid, we're going to pick mid. Yoshi did not land on mid.
Okay.
Yeah, we're out. Let's go. We're going to the
Oh,
volcano.
Kuiper, nice.
We're out
You
of
win.
Valentina.
At least one of us are out of there. Please, God, let me join him. Please,
Oh, man.
sweet Mama Christ. Come on. Come on,
I'm
man.
sweaty. Woo. Oh, man. I'm getting a little bit of that swamp. Never mind.
13.
What, Kuiper?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Nope,
I
I
won't
said
worry
it.
about it.
I mentioned.
Listen, sometimes if you're sitting for a long time, you get a little sweaty. Sometimes you get a little swamp,
Swamp biggity booty.
swamp pants. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a little. Sometimes you get a little swamp pants. You know?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just end this fight right here. That should be enough for the 2Ks.
So now that we're out of Nimbus Land, I get to talk about a really sad story that happened to me when I was doing this run. I'm about to pick up an item known as the fertilizer. The fertilizer allows you to get two very, very important items back in Rosetown. One is the Lazy Shell armor. The other is the Lazy Shell weapon. There was a time, not long ago, where I had a run of this game. I was racing Spike, actually. I forgot to get that item. And I did not realize that I had forgotten to get that item until I was standing in front of the next boss.
Oh.
And I lost 15 minutes on that run because I forgot to do this. This is all I forgot to do. You just have to walk over here and talk to this guy. And I forgot to do that, and it cost me 15 minutes.
Yep.
And Spike, under his breath, he didn't say it very loud, but under his breath, he said something along the lines of like, "You're really stupid."
I did.
You know.
I'll admit to that.
Dang.
Yeah.
I
it
mean,
was true.
because he was stupid. Like this. What a bad play on his part. That went on to be world record.
It did. It did. Well.
What?
It did. Yeah, you're right.
At the time, it was
At
world
the
record.
time. Yeah.
Wow.
At the time, I did bring it back and get. I got world record in that run by like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, world record.
Hey, yeah, it's
I
true.
don't care.
That's a story.
Yeah. What you gonna do to do now?
What's
This is yeah.
Well, I say, what's a world record without a completely skill issue 15-minute time loss? You know,
Oh no.
we all have those, right?
Yeah.
Please, God, people say yes. Make me feel better.
Please, I can't handle this. Oh, mama!
Bam!
I don't know why earlier.
Bobby, girl, you don't get your crap. You are a baby.
Completely unrelated. I don't know why Spike at some point like did like a Johnny Bravo impression, but I dug it.
Oh,
When he did it, I was like, dude, yeah,
Dude.
dude, yeah.
Poppy. Did you just want the kisses? Did you just want the kisses, baby? While we're on GDQ Hotfix, you need the people to know you're cute. Blizzard,
Yeah, so-
everybody's dead.
Yep, so we are going to grab these two items here. The Lazy Shell weapon is not going to come into play right away, but the Lazy Shell armor is, and I don't know, maybe Spike will disagree with me. The Lazy Shell armor is like, once again, added to the list of things like, if the Lazy Shell armor did not exist in this game, this run might not be doable. It is a very, very powerful What do I need here? I need one more ice ball, and then we're good. Okay. It is a very, very powerful armor that you could put on that will basically turn Bowser into like an unkillable tank. Again, even though Bowser's only level 8, we have not leveled up with Bowser. Bowser is still a level 8. You're gonna see us fight this is like, I would say like the mid-game portion. Like we're about to like get out of the mid-game portion of this run. And Bowser's gonna be taking like spells to the face and taking like 1 HP of hit damage. So Lazy Shell, very, very important. But again, I am here talking to my boy Mushroom Boy. We're ripping ass. That is canonically what this is called. So Spike, how's your Valentina fight going?
It's good. Poppy is
Aww.
so good, Mario. She just keeps wanting to snap. Oh, just like Poppy lips. Valentina snaps. Oh, Poppy with the French kiss. Oh, she's getting in there. All right. Oh, that's right. You are a baby. That's how this. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
That's right. That's how
Poppy's presence
Golly.
during this has been very good.
We're going to have to get a dog badge for the next GDQ with the amount of dogs we have coming to these events.
Right. That's right.
Your Papa's baby.
Papa's.
Solidify. Oh, everybody's dead.
I love the everybody's dead.
Chunky's dead.
Okay. So to note, I only need 1 rock candy out of this farm because I have 1 in my storage back at the house. Hey, we got it. All right.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that back in the day when I used to do this, anytime I get a rock candy, I would go, because I'm 5. And just make random fart noises.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that.
I try to join in with you on the nope.
Nope.
Poppy girl.
Aw,
Nopes
she's
are we
getting
up to?
tired.
How many nopes are we up to at this point? Up to a lot of nopes.
I know, we built them up today.
Okay.
All right, Poppy, this needs to be the run. Or I'm never gonna go to sleep.
Spike.
They won't let me go to sleep until I defeat the big bad lady on the banana holding an alcoholic beverage with a bird on her head, but also has a bird for a friend. I don't know if that's a hat or a bird. That's right, Tom.
All right, gamers. So I have a very important question for you all. You think of it as a poll. So
right.
a good friend of ours, Saints Divide, she also goes to GDQ. So she wanted to know, and we need to actually hold this tournament at some GDQ at some point. How many bananas do you think you could hold at once in your hands? 'Cause there are people who think they could hold like a few hundred. Like they could, I was like maybe like 30 something. What was your guess? What do you think you could hold in your hand at once?
As someone who literally used to like stock bananas at a grocery store for a living many moons ago, I can comfortably hold like, God, I mean, probably like 10 to 12 bunches in my hand. Like 10 to 12 bunches in, 10 to 12 bunches in, like across like 5 to 6 in each hand. Like this is from experience. Like I've physically done it.
You've been there.
Like I've done it.
Are they a bunch? We probably split them up. We don't want, we want this to be a legit world record. That's all we ever have at GDQs are legit world records. We're not making up categories.
Here's the thing. Saints talks a big game. Saints talks like she's going to be the one to be able to do it. And I'm here to humble Saints. I'm here to tell her she sucks. And then I'm the champion.
Dang.
Everybody's dead.
So many low blows today.
Hey, man, that's where we aim. All day, baby. Crosshairs are set.
The hitbox of this
fuck.
enemy
You
doesn't
are
make any sense. Okay.
300. Freebie.
I mean, I have really tiny hands, so the answer would be not many for me, like 10 to 15.
I mean, we like you get the whole body in there. You know, it's like, I mean,
Here's
I'll be holding
here's-
them with like my armpits and stuff. Oh yeah.
See,
Oh,
here's
if
the
I
thing.
get home with my armpits,
Here's
I could
what I'm
probably.
thinking. Here's the way I think
Scott's
about it. If
like,
we're
oh, I
not,
got armpits. Don't you worry about
Yeah,
that.
I do.
My God.
believe it or not, I have armpits. I know it's weird, but like, hey man, this is how I was
It's kinda
born.
Weird.
That's how I was born. But anyway, I'm getting a rock thrown at me.
Oh, what an idiot.
I need to run away, please. I was thinking like you could potentially like hold like if we're not allowing to hold like bunches, right? If we're saying that like holding an entire bunch is like cheating, like you could theoretically like hold the stems in between your fingers, right? And then like stacks them up on your hand, right?
Oh yeah, you could get real creative. That's the
Yeah,
term.
you can get really
We'll develop
creative.
a meta.
We will. Next SGDQ 2025. Look out for the banana holding contest in the schedule.
Oh yeah, that'll be right there with the PS1 Mystery Versus tournament.
Am I gonna have to reset this? I'm gonna have to reset it because that spike was mean. Okay, let's try that again. I'm trying to sneak underneath this stomp pillar, but the enemies did not cooperate. Now, let's see if this guy will turn around.
Now, I do want to remind everyone here, we are not finishing this today
No.
again. This is a two-parter. Again, notice
Yeah.
it says part 1 and 2. This is the first ever time we're doing this. So in 2 weeks, we will be having part 2. So again, if you're saying like, hey, Sky, why isn't this resolved yet? That's because we will be having part 2 in 2 weeks with the exact same 2 runners at all. After that, I will likely be having some more traditional randomizers. This was just to like introduce, hey, RNG, this is right after GDQ 2025, just wanted to reintroduce the show, but we'll be having some more traditional randomizers on after this. I just wanted to do something fun with low level because we'd never done it before, and I appreciate Spike and Kuiper for both taking the time after an exceedingly busy AGDQ 2025 for being here. So please be sure to follow them both. I've plugged both of their Twitch links in the Twitch chat, but for those of you who are watching on YouTube, that is twitch.tv/Kuiper Don't Care, twitch.tv/Spike Vegeta. And if you're watching part 1 on YouTube and part 2 has not aired yet, I have good news. Part 2 will be airing live here on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick on Tuesday, January 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So maybe if you haven't seen a live showing yet, maybe this would be a good opportunity to watch part 1 on YouTube and part 2 on Twitch. Come by and give us a visit. Promise we won't bite much.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Sky, I can't make it.
Kuiper.
I get the win by default because I'm a baller.
Yep.
I scared him off. He knew I was coming up from behind, and he said, "Not so fast, Pike."
Oh, real quick, I gotta say something real quick.
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, sorry. The dragon makes a really funny. The dragon makes a really funny sound, so I like to just make it when the dragon does it.
Forgot.
Oh, also too, again, we're going to be looking for a good stopping point in the next about 10 minutes or so. And again, that's not the end of our broadcast tonight. We have a lot more here on GDQ Hotfix, just the end of this segment. How about we talk about some shout outs here so we don't have to rush it at the very end?
Sure, yeah. Spike, talk about what you work on your stream. What type of stuff you've been up to?
Yeah, the biggest project I've been working on the last 8 times I've been on here, because that's how long the project is. I've been working on Cessmania. I am trying to defeat all 718 Super Nintendo games that were released in North America on stream. We started a little over a year ago. We're about 13 months deep, and or like 15 months deep. And snap. I have completed the first 232 games. So we're almost a third of the way through it. Tomorrow, if anyone's familiar with the game Clock, we'll be playing that. That should be a good time, or it'll be very painful. Either way, it'll be fun. So yeah, if that interests you, come by, check that out. I'm also going to be doing speedruns for sure of DKC Returns HD when that comes out. Little blast from the past type speedrun. So yeah, and in general, I'm a big variety. Like I was doing some DK64 randomizer with Kuiper today. Always lots of good stuff over there. So give me a follow. You've been watching GDQ for a while. You probably know who I am. But Kuiper, who are you? I still don't know.
No idea. Don't know. Real quick, I can plug something else real quick.
Okay, that would be better than you. Yeah.
Not only does Spike do SNES Fantasy, but if you go over to his channel, we actually have he has set up, this is absolutely like a really cool idea that Spike came up with, where if you head over to Spike's channel during one of the sessions of SNES, the SNES Mania, we have actually set up a little game that we play in his community where we have to try to guess what scores he's going to give all of the SNES games as he beats them. And we call it SNES Fantasy. And it's actually become very, very competitive and very fun. So Spike and a lot of the mod team put it together, and it's really cool. So if you head over there while Spike is kind of in the middle of a season, obviously we start the seasons over. I got a tweet on the dragon.
Hey, tweeters.
We'll restart every single, I think it's 25 games. Spike will start a new season. It's free. You don't got to do anything. You don't got to be subscribed, anything like that. You can fill out it's not really a bracket, but we call it a bracket. You can fill out a bracket, predict what you think Spike will score the next 25 SNES games, and compete against everybody else that's watching. It's very fun. Like, it's become something that, like, there's like metas that are developing. It's wild. Like, people have been like actively doing research. People have like, not like algorithms, but they have like, all right, Spike usually gives this type of game, this type of score, but this is supposed to be one of the better ones. So maybe I give it like a point boost. Like, it's very, very funny how people
are going and like playing amounts of the game to try to think, oh, this part's going to tick off Spike. Oh, this sort of stuff Spike likes. Yeah. Oh my God, please let me get out of here. This would be so cool if I was just not doing this next time we came in. Ew, the Tweety and the birdies.
Tweety.
Tweety and the birdies.
Sorry, I'm gonna get stuck.
Tweety and the birds.
Sorry, I'm gonna get stuck on Zardragon. It's fine.
Oh my God, I just wanted to be done with Nimbus Land. What? And the problem is, like this does suck. I'm probably on like the 7th try Valentina, which in the course of like, you break down the odds of getting a 1 in 4. A 1 in 4, not by the 7th try. Like, that's really not that bad of RNG, right? Like, that's somewhat reasonable. It's so bad because this is one of the longest fights in the game. Yeah, it's 5 minutes every single time. So, like, I've already effectively lost half an hour here because I'm on my 7th try instead of getting it first try. So, yeah, here we are.
It's the exact same fight as last time. But yeah, as far as I go, on my stream, Spike alluded to it earlier. Obviously, I do a lot of low level. I do a lot less given the fact that I have the world record in it. But every once in a while, like I said, we try to get together with some buds, Spike and I and other people. If you ever, people have joined for one, people have joined for a couple times. You don't always have to be there every single month, but yeah, other than that, I do obviously a lot of DK64 randomizer. That's kind of my thing. This year in particular, I'm taking a lot more, I want to do a lot more speedruns. I feel like I haven't committed to doing a lot of actual speedrun content like I've wanted to in the past. So I've taken on 2 separate projects. The first one is developing a Cuphead speedrun, which is a game I actually do speedrun. Putting together what would effectively be like I got out.
Nice.
Which would be like,
yeah, let's go.
Which would be like a Cuphead challenge run, all S, all P, Miss Chalice, DLC thing that I would like to put together for a potential SGDQ submission. And I also, my really big project, obviously Spike's working through SNES Mania. My really big project coming up pretty soon is I am going to be working on a speedrun, which is known as UFO 50 All Gold Discs. I am a massive fan of the game that came out last year, the indie game UFO 50. It was my personal game of the year in 2024. And I have taken on the challenge of, there's a speed run. It's called All Gold Discs. You got to beat every game. That's it. You got to beat all 50 games. And it is a massive undertaking. Most of the games are incredibly difficult. A lot of them are, I mean, some of them are even like RNG based. You don't have like no control over the outcome. And I haven't even like completed all the games yet. But that's going to be my big 2025 challenge of getting good enough at all 50 of those games. It's basically like I have to learn 50 speedruns to do a speedrun. That is basically the extent of what I'm doing. So yeah, that is a journey that I will be going on this year. So
really quickly here, I just want to interject, Spike. After your attempt on Valentina here, this is probably going to be the last attempt. So I don't know if you want to go back and save here, Kuiper.
Oh, I can just get an autosave.
Yeah,
that's right,
really
the autosave.
Yeah.
Forgot about the autosave. That's the only reason why I interjected.
Perfect.
I didn't want you to lose this progress, Kuiper.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Here's what I could do. I could just set up my equips now, and I can get an autosave as I enter this cutscene, and then I can stop.
All right. Cool.
Let me just
and
make
I'll
sure.
just finish out this at 10.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let me make sure I have everything that I need. That needs
Again,
I
want to thank you both for being here. Like, this has meant so much to me. I know we've all had a busy week. I know we probably all haven't had the sleep that we need to catch up on, but thank you so much to both of you for being here.
Of course.
I got
my, especially Raptor GDQ.
Don't worry, I got some sleep. Don't you worry.
I slept a lot today. I slept
Yesterday,
like a lot.
oh my God. Oh, I slept like 9 hours. I slept 9 hours, woke up, had some coffee, slept like 2 more hours. Oh, the post GDQ sleep is like, it hits.
It's so good.
It hits hard.
All right, Valentina, this is your last chance to maybe let me at least think about the volcano next time. This was not the night to get a bad Valentina.
Yeah, so actually...
And do we... Nope, that's coins.
Nope. Okay.
All right.
That's a pause from me. Yep.
All right, so we will pause here. What is it, 2:43:09-ish, somewhere around here?
Yeah.
2:43. I'm just noting this too for next time. Actually, I'm going to wait here. Okay, 2:43:20 is what I got. Great. All right. Well, thank you all both so much for again, for your time here. Thank you so much for the shout outs. And again, please follow both Kuiper and Spike Vegeta. Here are their links one more time. Twitch.tv/Kuiper don't care. No spaces there. All one word. Twitch.tv/Spike Vegeta. Also no spaces. Also one word. So again, be sure to give both of them love. Go back and watch the Tropical Freeze run from AGDQ. That is also your homework assignment for now.
Yeah, we were all there. We were all there.
It was a lot of fun.
I was red on that run too. I was red.
You were.
I was.
Now that actually makes sense as to why you were wearing the red hockey jersey there.
It does. It makes so much more sense now, right?
All right, real quickly here, as a reminder, GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Frost Fatale 2025, will be live from March 9th through the 16th, benefiting the National Women's Law Center. Visit GamesDoneQuick.com/framefatale for more information on the event. And again, this is not the end of our GDQ content for tonight. If you missed out on the PlayStation Mystery 1v1 tournament at AGDQ,